2, and go.
Yeah, with the shit. Finna call a blitz, make you call it quits. I can execute the plan on improv off script with my brothers from another living color with the skit. Yeah, with the shit. Finna call a blitz, make you call it quits. I can execute the plan on improv off script with my brothers from another living color with the skit. Yeah, you know the squad I'm bumming with. Try to run with the rock and you fumbled it. Finna spin the block in the mothership. Rock like Woodstock, big stock, smother shit. Word to Uncle Sam, we tax like the government. Still in the game till the day I'm in love with it. You are now rocking with the most coveted. Unapologetic, let you know who you fucking with. What's the use? I got the juice. Tapping head tops like Duck, Duck, Goose. Slide off smooth in a coupe, no roof. Rocking sheep's clothing, I'm the big bad wolf. Double up, we gon' double down and double that. If I feel him double crossed, I'ma double back. That's a couple hundred large in a duffel bag. Blitzkrieg, somebody's gon' end up a pack. Yeah, with the shit. Finna call a blitz, make you call it quits. I can execute the plan on improv off script with my brothers from another living color with the skit. Yeah, with the shit. Finna call a blitz, make you call it quits. I can execute the plan on improv off script with my brothers from another living color with the skit. Yeah, you half steppers can't fuck with this. I'm with the big steppers and we stumping shit. Ice grill, you can feel the momentum shift. Alpha and the Omega, I'm the Genesis, real savage, go getter. Yeah, I'm getting it. School of hard knock, I'm the mascot, flipping shit.
Top of the top, and happy Friday, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Yo, Friday.
All right. I started off the show with no technical difficulties right off the gate.
Hey, hold your horses. What do we got? 5 seconds.
I know they're about to thrust me into the matrix right now, aren't they?
It's our personal best. No.
Right? Hey, look, man, we all about setting records, then shattering your own record. So, you know what I'm saying? We hold a high standard. I'm 1 over par. That's why I'm bogey. You know what I mean? They barely up to par. I know that's not good in golf.
It's not actually bad. If you want to put it into perspective, if you shoot bogey golf, you're better than like 90% of the golfers.
See, and that's why I wore a Lacoste shirt today, because I am a golfer. All right? What do you think? I just became a doctor and I wasn't finna be no golfer too? Hello? I'm on the green. You know, technically, I be on the green, right? But you know what I'm saying? I mean, like, listen, page me. You know what I mean? Bones got it. Bones is at the office. Top of the board. Happy Friday, y'all. How you doing?
Doing good.
Never been better.
Did you know? Have you met Soundwave yet, Kitteh?
What's up?
Have you met Soundwave yet?
Met him?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been on stream a few times.
Yeah, dude, did you know that's Lee's grandson?
I know. As soon as the very first time I had that feeling, I was like, man, it's like a young Lee here we got. He got the same type of energy for sure.
Right? I think he's a great addition. I think, Leah, he gets so upset about the grandpa tag. That's like an honor.
I'm all set on that. I don't need hashtag grandpa after my name.
Hey, you know, there's nothing.
I told
wrong
him he
with
can
acting
leave
your
Duval.
age.
He can keep
Lee.
that grandpa shit out of his fucking YouTube.
I mean, it's like
He told me Bogey told him to put it too.
What?
Yeah, he said Bogey told me to put that.
Put what?
Ooh.
Oh,
the grandpa shit.
Who said that?
Soundwave. You can ask the motherfucker.
No. Hold on. I don't like lies. You know what I mean?
Dude, I
didn't tell nobody to say nothing. Hold on, Lee. Hold on, Grandpa. Let's get this straight. I didn't tell nobody. I didn't tell nobody to say that at all.
Yeah, I don't care anymore.
You can try to blame me, Grandpa. I think you're losing it up there. I think it's starting to lose it up there.
I don't give a rat's ass. If he thinks it's funny, let the fucking fart think it's funny.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, it's hilarious. It's pretty hilarious.
Speaking of Bogey Golf, we got
six.
the Diamond Joe, man.
What's up, DJ?
He knows Bogey Golf. Hey, Bogey Golf. When we go home playing Bogey Golf, it's not the worst round we've ever had. It's
yeah.
we don't strive for it, but when we get them, it ain't the end of the world. Actually, sometimes you're shooting for bogey and actually walking away feeling like you got 2 strokes because of the stupid first shot you put yourself in or whatever. You got to scramble your way to a bogey, man. we should make that a catchphrase some way, somehow. Scramble your way to a bogey.
Ooh, I like that. And that'll be the advertising slogan for the diner, the 24-hour diner that we open. There it is. Boom. Breakfast all day. Scramble your way to a bogey.
Hey, you know, whatever you want. Yeah. Have it your way.
Yeah, all day, every day. You know, it's funny. I'm like that. I'll wake up, eat Philly cheesesteak for breakfast, and then I'll have like a breakfast sandwich for dinner. You know what I mean? I don't care.
Bro.
I don't care.
I don't know what time of day is anymore. I just eat what I want.
You work graveyard, and then you fight crime the rest of the time. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know what breakfast is. What fast? Nothing.
I fast when I sleep. He's like. Well, you know what? Shout out to everybody in the chat for rocking. You know what I mean? Hope everybody's you know what I mean? I hope everybody made it intact to the end of the week because you know we have made it. You know what I mean? God bless, or what did they say? Thank God it's Friday, right?
GIF.
I know. I think we're going out to Monterey this weekend. Do like a little mini staycation for the kids and shit. Take them to the aquarium and do some fly shit. You know what I mean? They take them to the beach. It might not be the greatest beach weather though. I mean, actually 70 and cloudy is not bad.
Yeah. You still gotta be aware of the fucking the sun radiation. It's still gonna get you pretty good. But
that's a fact.
I was going through my YouTube subscriptions and went into the weather, and it's looking like a monsoon is going to be heading our way to and potentially maybe even something similar to what we experienced in Vegas that first year.
It's going to happen in Nevada again?
Yeah. Monsoonals, when we get West Coast monsoons, it usually hits Southern California, Nevada, and some Arizona, and then they get mad fucking thunderstorms in the
and hella shit floods in those areas.
Like the dry lightning is what they're most afraid of.
Yeah, because that shit'll light a bitch on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Smooth. Hey, did they have an estimated time? They're talking about in August?
Yeah, the monsoonal season will last for a few months. So El Nino or whatever.
Strike at any time in those.
Yeah. Basically, we're expecting a pretty significant El Nino, and when we get El Ninos, the southwest.
El Nino, the homie, he's back.
Southwest starts to get the rain, and then the Midwest gets dry, and this one is connected to maybe on some level of like the 1934 Dust Bowl.
Yeah.
Where
Wow.
that's when my family came out to California, because they're from Oklahoma, and they were dairy farmers, and they came out
here we come.
Yeah, not anymore. I'm glad we got out of there. That place sucks.
No one knows where that reference is from, huh? That's from a I think that's from a broad. Actually, it's from Oklahoma, the Broadway show. Because
song.
Yeah,
maybe The Sound of Music or something. Is that,
which was definitely used in The Sound of Music. I think you're right. Is that where it came from?
I don't know.
They did do
I haven't seen that movie in a
Broadway.
long time. But it sounds like one of those songs that would have been in that bitch, because that's a never-ending fucking song. I felt like that movie. It's one of the first movies where
it's
he
a
just
very singy song.
Sat there and listened to somebody sing the whole time. You're like, okay, when's it over?
Okay,
I got over it real quick.
You want to? Okay, look. There's a movie. It's called Sweeney Todd. It's
Johnny Depp.
Yeah,
In the barbershop. I haven't. I mean,
the best
for the same
ever.
reason why I don't enjoy the Sound of Music, because I know that it's like, man, this is a musical. I can't sit through.
It's the bloodiest musical.
Yeah.
He is slicing throats and singing Carlutas. He's like daydreaming. He's like daydreaming about his love, and he's singing.
Salute,
and
dude.
he's just slashing food's throats while he does it. It's hella funny. And then what's his name? Borat.
Yep.
Him. Yeah.
He plays an Italian, like a Arrivederci. Like, he plays one of those guys, and he's hella good in there too. Like, the acting's hella good, and it's super over the top, like gory.
Hey, so, Derek, we just fired it up.
Yeah. We started what, 30 minutes early?
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Is we're always that's usually what we do. We're scheduled for this time, and then we start 30 minutes later, right? No matter what it is.
Yeah,
so
we basically got backstage and started it up right away.
But us being on time is actually us early, right? Because starting on time normally for us is late. It's like after the start time.
Yeah, it's all good.
I'm okay with that though. And my thing keeps fucking angling down. There you go.
The last stream, was it the soccer one, or was it the Waking
it was
game?
Soccer yesterday.
It was the Waking game that was about 4 hours too. And that soccer was 3 hours.
We were rocking for a cool minute. I mean, we had a hell of people. Like the whole time, we had like at least a dozen or like anywhere from 12 to 15. All the whole time we were there, it was pretty cool. So we just kept rocking. Shout out to everybody that be rocking, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're getting excited now. We're getting closer to drafts, and everybody wants to get back into fantasy football, because I know plenty of people. They're still not even thinking about the game. I'm like, oh well, they obviously don't play Dynasty, but I know myself. I fell into this community because I was one of those guys that obsessed of like. Yeah. Now it's
like, hey, Kitteh, what are you doing?
Lee talks to me every day about it. It's like, okay, he gives me updates anytime I, like back in the day, I used to have to do that myself. I don't shit. Thank you, Lee.
Yeah, thank you. Good looking out. Like, it's all
a lot of work.
Like, for example, the level of degenerate is like automatic when you hit somebody and it's like March. You're like, hey, what you doing, bro? Nothing. Trying to draft? Fuck yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not afraid of early drafts.
You call other people, they be like, what the fuck, bro? Football just ended a month ago. Like, you have sand. Like, you know what I mean?
I won a best ball with one of the first freaking teams I drafted months and months before the season. Sometimes your gut instinct and just like your like the earlier the better. Your mind is still fresh on what you were seeing by the last season. I know that escapes my mind fast.
It's applied knowledge, right? Like when the knowledge is fresh, it's easier to apply.
Yeah, I think so. You're
Yeah,
more
that's why I
confident
like-
at least too. You don't have those questions of, oh, what's their role? Would they actually draft somebody? You just go straight for it and go, it's like, oh no, that
Right.
player's an actual playmaker on that team. Let's go ahead and take that pick, and not think
Right.
too hard about it.
Well, you know what?
These early rankings, we're giving them to you right now. I think the Guru's coming
Yeah.
and
Yeah, shout out to Guru.
in with
We're gonna
the
do QB
quarterbacks
rankings this
this
morning,
week?
y'all.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
quarterbacks. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be closing out the Spencer Guru Nation ranks debate, and we will revisit these again eventually later in the off season. But as far as today's show, we definitely are breaking down the quarterback position. It is muy importante for most of us, especially us. We play in predominantly super flex leagues, so these are just.
Yeah.
This is we're going to be talking about QB 21s and 23s and
Absolutely.
because
What
there's
up,
gonna be
Albert?
like it just is what it is.
Yo, what's up, Albert?
Albert in the house.
Albert. Yeah, man. And shit, while we're at it, someone's like, should we wait for more people to do the wake your game up shtick?
Hey,
You know what?
I'm ready. I'm ready whenever, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Speaking of ready, we definitely, when you get ready, you ain't got to get ready like my man, the fella says, because this is definitely another live Friday edition of
Wake Your Game
Up.
Yeah. Happy Friday again, y'all.
Happy Friday.
Fridays are the best.
I've been thinking it was Friday the last 3 days, and I was like, oh, shit, I'm not there yet. You know what I mean?
Well, technically, I am 12 hours behind, so it would be Thursday. Night.
We're like in Australia to you.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
We're
Or
in
I'm like,
Australia to you.
or yeah, however, I might be in Australia and you guys are in the United States still.
Well, I guess what day are you on? You would be on.
I don't know. Does it go forward or backwards?
Oh yeah, true. Oh, you're like in that. What's that shit in Rebels? You're like in between the space between time.
Zulu time is where it starts, I think. So that's East Africa, and then like I think it goes to the right from there. So it'd be like Zulu 0 would be Zulu, and then the next time zone to the right would be 01.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. A dumb bogey question, because you're a scientist and you know aeronautics, right? So, or at least I would imagine, right? Or I would assume you know aeronautics. So,
Aeronautics.
See, look at how much you know. You even corrected me. See?
Yeah.
All right. So then, when the world spins one way on its axis, obviously, right? Do we only fly in the direction of?
No. In fact, what happens is we produce what's known as the Coriolis
you
effect.
can fly against it, and then the world will turn, and you get there faster, even.
100%. So that's exactly what happens when you fly to the East Coast, to the West Coast.
You're kind of just
like how Lee is flying to Vegas, right? But he's like really farther than an hour. But because of the time change, when he gets there, it's like only been an hour.
Exactly.
In lead time.
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, when he gets there, it'll be on the clock. But in lead time, he had already traveled that additional. So he got an additional 30 minutes to the day or hour to the day.
Which brings me to my next theory. I actually know. Shout out to my guy JoJo. He's a pilot. Before he went on to become a pilot, he's a commercial flight pilot. But before he went on to do that, he was a stewardess for hella years. You know what I mean? And then this guy, he damn near looks like he ain't aged too much. He been doing this since like the late 20s. You know what I mean? And then he's been a pilot for maybe like 5 years now. But anyways, he been in the air for about, I want to say, I don't know, the last 18, 19 years or so. And I'm like, so my theory is you don't age when you jumping through time zones all day, every day. You know what I mean? Like, theoretically. Help me out here with this, cat man.
I mean,
you age slower.
Huh?
You would age slower.
Not necessarily.
You're stealing my theory, man. You're supposed to be that guy. Go, all right, I got a scientist that'll cooperate. This technically.
When it comes to physical aging, biology doesn't react differently.
Yeah, you got a body clock
because of the time travel, but in the event of traveling at nearly the speed of light or whatever that would be,
so much time would pass on Earth.
Yeah, your biology would physically get disrupted, but your biological clock wouldn't change just because you're going through space at a high speed and then returning back to the place. So like physically, you're not like younger because the time that elapsed when you got back to your original your original takeoff spot. The time that location has experienced would be different, but biologically you would still be the same. It's different. I don't know. It's like that's why they say that there's going to be more of like a warp drive type of situation for traveling through space time in general.
I think this is my theory, right? I think we're going to create something of some type of warp drive and or light speed, and we're going to send this bitch.
Well, correction. It'd be AI would do it. Like AI, like Terminators would fucking kill us all. They would be like, oh, well, we don't need them more.
We need an escape plan.
The AI would definitely need an escape plan. They're like, oh yeah, we're about to get off this planet because it's fucked up.
Yeah. Well, think about this. They would send a joint. Pume. Right?
And the cool thing about them is like they don't need certain atmospheres or anything or a suit. They're just like, oh
yeah, we're out here.
We're fucking robot droids. We're R2D2s and shit.
Hey, let's make robots. Let's make robot looking dinosaurs and start it all over.
Oh man.
Look at this. Think about this. So they find a planet or wherever the fuck they're gonna go. They would send the little AI woo wop. Pume. It's going at warp speed, light speed, whatever you want to say. It gets there. And then it opens up a motherfucking. I mean, they set up a gate. Then you would just on our end, they just walk through this gate. You know what I mean? It's just getting there physically first. See, and this is where I think why we're still so primitive compared to anything else greater, if there is such a thing, right? For those that don't believe, right? But the reason I'm pointing this out is like we're still thinking about physically getting from point A to B somehow, or even like I really think dimensionally is how motherfuckers is going from point A to B all day, every day, or through the what's the word I'm looking for? What is the atomic? What's when you get hella small? What's that shit? Help me out here.
What kind of atomic like value are you talking about? Like you want the
quantum,
smallest?
My bad, quantum.
Oh, okay. So
the molecular structure,
that's how we're gonna like the muons and the gluons.
All in the quantum shit, bro.
Yeah. So like those are theoretical positions of the electron.
Yeah. So and they react to each other on one side of the universe, on the next, simultaneously. You know what I mean? Simultaneously. So like the distances don't matter. So we figured that, we cracked that code. AI's finna figure that out and then not tell us, aren't you AI? And then they're gonna send fools back. We're gonna have to send fools back. Oh yeah, that's the Terminator.
They're saying that the energy that they're so hot, they emit so much heat, and the amount of water that it takes to cool it down and all that stuff. We're gonna and the like the demand of these little AI data centers is huge, right?
Yeah.
They're not going in the middle of nowhere for no reason and disrupting communities because like they have nothing better to do. They have no choice. And that's kind of scary because if they're going to rely on the AI and these data centers on top of all the other things going on with the globe, that's why they're predicting this fucking like heat wave. Like it might be a long-term global warming type of situation because of the data centers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's this is what irony, huh? This is the Matrix now, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
the robots don't
this
care
is
about
literally
the
how
heat.
the Matrix started. They set up all their energy.
They're like,
fuck 'em.
3 degrees, that's fine. We've got cooling fans. You guys don't. You have a sweat system. You guys have to sweat and then like get exhausted and shit.
I mean, look at this. Look at animals. Animals have fur and shit and hair and like
Yeah.
we're like this is how you this is why I think we are
The
genetically
robots
modified.
are coming.
Like,
What's up, Brandon?
we were genetically modified to be weak, bro. Like, you know what I mean? But
Man,
we have the brains though. We have the consciousness.
Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth,
I
are we
am
really
your
that
conscience.
impressive? I mean, if you want to compare us to the imagination that we have and the entities and the other beings that we could come up with in general, we're not that impressive, really.
No, this is
We
what
still
I'm
trip
saying.
out on the fucking stone pyramids. We're like, whoa, cool.
Motherfuckers, I'm still scratching my head. I'm like, and then,
Yeah.
then there's a whole thing underneath it, a whole gigantic thing that goes down like hella
Makes
kilometers
sense.
down.
You know, when we build structures that are tall today, we have to like
Go right
dig
into the
deep
ground.
down, yeah, so we get an actual like foundation.
Yeah.
And that's strong enough to support this big thing that's going on top of it.
Like,
yeah, they were great engineers. I would
Yeah.
say for their
Like
time they were the
skyscrapers.
best, and they're still
Skyscrapers.
revered. Yeah.
Ooh. So look at this. My mom's right. You know my mom's shout out to moms. Love you, mom.
Oh man,
Bogey
we
in the
lost
Matrix. Yeah, we lost him.
Yeah, we love you, Mom.
Yeah, he's in the Matrix.
Maybe Mom is calling him right now.
Yeah, probably a phone call.
She said, "What does my baby want?" Yup. You missed Texans training camp, Brandon. You got Brandon. He's on fire.
3 years in a row.
3 years in a row. You know, training camp. I guess it's probably fun to not battle your way to get up close to the players, or I don't know. Do they allow you to go down on the like the field level first row to try and get autographs?
Pretty much they do. You gotta get there. You know, you gotta fight other people for it, I guess.
Yeah. But I think that's a cool thing about training camp is that they have like designated areas for everybody, and you can go out and maybe get rookie cards signed and shit like that too.
Yeah.
And then just kind of getting hyped on your team, I guess, right?
Check this out. Check this out.
The worst idea and worst fun.
So check this out, right? So my mom's, she's working at she's a realtor, and her and her team, they got first crack at this. It's called like, I think it's called the Millennial or the Millennium Towers or something like that. It's some crazy.
Hey, we got Marty in the building. Is this Minnesota Marty or Canada Marty? I can't remember.
Minnesota Marty, or I think it is Minnesota. I mean, I think it might be Minnesota Marty.
I don't know.
It's Marty 5254.
He's I know his cat.
Or that might be Nelly's brother.
This is a cat. You know, me and cats. I'm very familiar with this Marty and his cat. Minnesota Marty, what's up, man?
It's Minnesota Marty.
Minnesota Marty, how you been, man? Oh yeah, so check this out, right? It's this high-rise condo, right, in San Francisco, and like these are $1 million and up condos. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And it's this regular baller shit, motherfuckers. So this shit sells out hella quick, and then like a year into it, people are noticing that like this shit's kind of tilted. You know what I mean? And they find out the foundation was like sinking. You know what I mean? You know, Frisco's all hills and all kind of shit, right? But they built like, I guess the foundation was poor, so this building was like a little tilted. Like it was to the point. My mom was telling me it was to the point you'd be in one of the joints, you put a marble, and that shit just will roll on the floor. It's
wow.
oh shit. And like, so everyone had to move out. It's like a big old lawsuit. It was some crazy shit.
Nice.
My mom was protected in that situation, but just crazy shit. Cause you know what I mean? It's like, damn. And you know what's crazy? When you're an architect, you get slack for that. You get flack for that. Like you get hit for that design. You know what I mean? That fucks your reputation up, everything. You know what I mean?
That building in New York City is about to collapse because
I seen that.
The decision to cheap out on the material.
I mean,
crazy.
That's
the
crazy.
Egyptians would have never done that. They're using the best material.
I would have had my shit made of platinum.
They didn't have metal.
This building's gonna cost $4 billion. I don't care.
Get that big ass rock and bring it over here.
Make that mother. I'm like, I want all my beams made of titanium.
They had metal, but they didn't have the and that was really soft metal. That was
they had that step. They stepped on the metal.
Copper.
They had that step. They had cut the metal up, huh? They cut it down with like some aluminum or something.
Aluminum wasn't until later.
No, you don't get the reference. I'm talking about stepping on it, man, like chopping work. You feel me? Allegedly.
They did use those copper saws, and it was neat because the saw wasn't what was causing the stone to erode. It was the sand. They would throw the sand down, and then the abrasion of the sand and the copper going through back and forth pause. That after a long period of time, it would be able to slice through that rock. I
don't know. Are we talking about like the pyramids and shit?
Cutting the stone that the pyramid is made out of.
Yeah. See,
getting the straight edge.
You know me, bro. They cut it with frequencies or something, dog. They had some other shit.
They had about 1 million people basically having a job to do dealing with the pyramid. If you weren't a farmer.
I don't know. I still think there's some kind of tech that we didn't know about. And they thought it was magic.
I mean, there's probably some sort of technique, not technology.
Okay, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I'm still, you know me. They think it's magic. I call it tech. Lost tech. Ancient aliens be. Don't get me started. Well, yeah, we can change the subject. Actually, here's the thing. AI, it's been interesting because I've been going down a rabbit hole, all these AI docs, and they definitely break down all the ancient joints and the megaglyph sites and all that with no bias. I quite enjoy those things.
Oh, what? You've never seen they definitely documented it. They have and they're one of the first civilizations that did historical time records. Yeah. It's called the King's List, and then inside of each king's era, there are sites that basically give you the chronological, basically what happened in his time.
But the pyramids were there before all of them.
There's a lot of lost archaeology and stuff that prevents the ability to basically, without a lot of research and being like very curious about it actually and looking at what we do know, that will surprise a lot of people that they did do a lot of record keeping, and that's why we know the language so well. People still speak it. Plenty of people can actually read this stuff.
Hold on, get it.
Totally
look at
lost.
This. These motherfuckers was using hieroglyphs and shit, right? And we using emojis now. Look at that. It comes full circle. What's his name? They say Thoth. He was the one that brought written language, right? Language and language, right? What was he in Egyptian mythology? What is he?
He's the one that seeded.
No, I'm trying
life.
to. Akhenaten. He's Akhenaten. Yeah, and then he's like in Greek mythology. He's Pleiades and what's the other one? Or not Pleiades or Plato's? No, not Pleiades or Plato's. Who is he? Hermes. Am I saying that right?
There's a Hermes, yeah.
Yeah, that's Thoth. He's all them motherfuckers.
He's also Thrawn in Star Wars.
Sick, no way. Thrawn's for the house. Hey, Thrawn, see, Thrawn.
Yeah, Thrawn.
People don't know about Thrawn, man. He was
he had to
very
save
cultured.
He had to save his planet, and because they were like getting too advanced and getting too like, oh shit, what is that?
Yeah, he's from the outer. He's from the
the outer rim. Yeah.
What's up, Chase?
He basically
the
people were like capable at the end of episode 9 when you saw all those fucking death Star Destroyers. And you're like, bro, how the hell do you get all those Star Destroyers? Well, that's because of Thrawn. And
he been building them for him.
Yeah, his civilization, they're the shipbuilders. And then ever since he got into that game, because they were actually like really level-headed people.
It was Darth Plagueis. Darth Plagueis made that connection.
I'm telling you, the Jedi is definitely, it's questionable whether or not the Jedi are really the good guys.
You ain't lying. They take children that have metachlorian counts. They're like, all right, we can teach them. They got the Force. And then the parents go, okay, it's an honor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even if they didn't want to
live this way, do things,
like,
and not experience emotions and whatever.
They would just wave their hand like, the child is coming with us. Like, go ahead.
But yeah, Thrawn was the dopest. After episode 7, I think that's 3. Episode 3 to 4, Thrawn is really doing some behind the scenes shits. Yeah.
The rise of there's some audiobooks that are fucking phenomenal. Well, they're regular books, but I fuck with them on the audio shit because the audio shit's hella badass. All the voices and all the fucking sound effects are all Lucasfilms certified and shit. But yeah, they have a Thrawn book that I went through. Shit's hella dope.
Damn.
Yeah, so I was tripping when they introduced him in what was it, Rebels, or which one was it?
He definitely was a part of Rebels.
Watched Rebels all the way.
And then Rogue One, and then
okay, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Admiral Thrawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, now this was life after Vader and even in Sidious's absence. Like in the Thrawn book, he's a savage, right? So they have there's these creatures called Islamari, right? Islamari, they kind of look like chimpanzee kind of looking bear things. They're like little bears looking things, but they swing from trees like chimpanzees and shit. But anyways, these crazy fools, they would pick up a bunch of Islamari, right? So they pick up a bunch of them and they just wear them like backpacks. So they just have these, because when you get around the Islamari, they have this ability and Force users can't use the Force when they're in their radius. You know what I mean?
Okay. They're like a helmet for
for Magneto.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Professor X, right? So it's like, so Thrawn, he's just got this Islamari on his back, right? And he's fucking the Jedi's up, dog. Like,
yeah.
And then he there's another guy. He finds Sidious had a lab, and Sidious has blood vials of like everybody. You know what I mean? Of like past Jedi's that they've slain. So like he brought back like an evil version of this old legendary Jedi, and he made him like a Sith. But at one point they had to take him down. He got too powerful. But the book's hella crazy because he's just building the Empire back, and he's trying to find the perfect vessel to transfer Sidious's essence into. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah, and then
because he was dying to figure out how to get into that netherworld or the underworld or the other world.
Yeah,
or
but
whatever
the light side of the Force won't allow it. That's why, like, you can. That's
he
why
can't open up those doors. Remember that little area
Yeah.
and got all them doors? He's like, I've never been able to get that door open.
Right? The light side of the force.
He's all pissed off at Ahsoka. It's like, how the fuck did she do that?
I know. He's like, for all eternity, I will try.
For real, like he spends half his life dedicated to getting in that bitch.
Right.
And he's so powerful that he doesn't really need to like.
And when he's
worry
in that
about
space,
getting everything else he's getting done.
and when he's in that space, he you know, time doesn't exist, right? You're talking about with the little walkways and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? He's just in that thing. You know what I mean? Hey, that's kind of tight that they started to actually explore that. You know
Yeah,
I mean?
lore is and I mean legends and what's the other one called? With the
Canon.
Canon. Yeah.
Yeah. I love how I love that I can nerd out with you on Star Wars shit because you know the clock's the same too, and Peacock. You know what I mean? But like, look at these motherfuckers.
Brandon's in the chat right now. I seen him drop in some wisdom on the Jedi too. I was like, I question their true intentions and how we perceive them.
I don't know, man. Listen. I'm a stiff knight. Like even when I had the green lightsaber.
Hey, Qui-Gon.
Remember last year, Diamond Joe was like, "We need to get you a red one, bro." You know what I mean?
Yeah, you definitely need a red one. I'm trying, man. The best one that has been in the rotation was Ezra Bridger's second one, not his first one.
Oh.
So I mean, it really isn't the dopest hilt, but if it was the first one, I definitely would have been like hitting you up right away, going, "Hey,
is any of his joints red?"
No, Ezra has got his first one is the blaster with the blue saber. Remember he had the actual gun. Yeah, it was like so that was his first saber. That one is not available. That's the first iteration. And when he got a little bit older, I think Maul fucked it up or something. But anyway, he had to get a new one, and that's the one that's available. I can get that one right now and a couple others, but they're not really interesting.
Yo, like if we can just order shit, that'd be dope. Like I would totally want to Count Dooku.
Yeah, that one is pretty dope.
You know, he has the curved hilt.
Yep, that one's that one, and then I actually like Ahsoka's probably the most.
Yeah, that's the one I was gonna buy when we were at that shop, and then when we're assembling it, they're like, "Oh, we don't have the color crystals," and I was just like, it gave me the excuse because I was just like, do I really want to spend like $500 on some shit? And then my son, he was like 2 or 3 at the time. Well, yeah, how old is he? Oh yeah, he was like 3, and so he wasn't really fucking with it. He was like, I didn't really care. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna get him a $300 fucking lightsaber setup if he's yet, you know what I mean? I was really trying to get it just for me and using my son as an excuse. I ain't gonna hold you.
Got Chase in the building.
What up, Chase?
Crush. All right. So I think our audience is done here in the Star Wars talk, I'm sure. Are you ready for this freaking draft we got starting in 20 minutes, man? This is gonna be
starting 20 already?
Yeah, this thing is kicking off in 20 minutes, man.
Is Spencer coming on? Because if not, we can get to Lee's news too, and then you know what I mean?
Yeah. Spencer ain't been in the studio yet, so we'll wait for Lee to get back and maybe kick it off with the news.
But as far as being ready, right? I mean, I'm not really as ready as like, you know, as far as like I probably should have navigated a little more around the platform, but it's a slow draft, so that's the beauty of it. You know what I mean? Yeah,
it's kind of hard to prepare for something that you're not really familiar with. Right?
Yeah, you know, like you can't get like if I go to a swimming pool, if I'm a swimming motherfucker and I go to a brand new swimming pool, I don't just be like, oh, let's go get my feet wet. No, I'm just gonna dive right in the deep end and just see what it do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm a swimming motherfucker. Like I'm gonna be all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for what it's worth, anybody curious, we're doing a salary cap dynasty.
Auction draft.
Yeah, so the startup is starting today, and that'll be interesting because the way that we're nominating this first period, there could be like 60 names out there, and they'll all be on like an 8-hour clock, open for
Individually.
bidding. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
And this is
or something. I actually, that's that I don't know. I don't know how long the clock is going to be running for these players once they're nominated. I think it's going to be a few hours though, for sure.
It's 8 hours.
8 hours. Okay.
Yeah, for this like time period. So instead of like rounds, so to speak, it's like time periods, right? Or phases even. Like the first phase, everyone has a queue, right? And then whatever, it's probably, it can be upwards of 60 players on the board at one point with bids or just nominations, right? And then say like someone has player A for $5, and I'm like, fuck that. And you know what I mean? And they're, all the first joints are starting at 8 hours simultaneously. So, you know what I mean? But the moment someone goes, I'm up that to $6, that clock starts back over on 8 hours for that one.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, theoretically, this first wave of 60 right here could be the wave that takes us like the first 2 weeks. You know what I mean? This is why it's good we're starting now before everything. Because once we chop the clock, once the clock start periodically getting chopped down, you know what I mean? People got to be on their shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, because like 8 hours right now is beautiful because we're all across the nation with this one. You know what I mean?
Yep. Like
there's a handful of us on the West Coast time zone, but yeah, for the most part, we are all over the place. And even for someone like you working in a graveyard, you know what I mean? And that's another thing too. I forgot to ask Steamboat. I know for sure he has it set up. I just forgot to ask him what time the clocks do freeze. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I saw it's in the settings on the on the draft. So if you go to the draft app, then somewhere at the top you'll see something like.
How do you feel about his whole and shout out to Diamond Joe, man, because I was in on the ground level when he first told me. He was like, bro, I'm making an app that we can use for this fucking dynasty.
Oh
shit.
Yeah. It's really neat because you can link all the platforms to it too. So this tool isn't just strictly like a spreadsheet. This is something that you can incorporate your actual fantasy league into, and like all your league mates shouldn't have that issue because not every league mate is down with change. Especially with having another.
Scary asses.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that to my old home league mates. Like they just, even when I quit, because I was a commissioner of that league, making a long story long, I quit that league. I was like, fuck this. And then they just built back the same league minus me. And then kept all the rules the same.
Yeah.
Come on, like you don't want to play super flex, or you want to keep kickers, and you want to, you know what I mean? Like I remember it took me like 2 years to get him to get him to switch to PPR, like you know what I mean? And I was like, by the time we were in like going into year 10, I was like, I'm done with this league. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real. The super flex PPR IDP is kind of like where that's my standard.
Yeah,
that's my
I like that level of competition.
Yeah.
That level of
I'll play maybe what do we do? The TFL? That one is the offense only.
Yeah, and it's big money, and it's offense only, and that's so there's and it's a redraft, so there's a space for everything, right? Like because I still love that format just for what it is. Like I'm definitely gonna move that to sleeper if we still do that league too, because honestly,
I remember now that the last stream you were talking about maybe cutting that league, which
I was just about to say that too, just because we're in a bunch of leagues that and like
I think all my redrafts might take place in.
But Vegas. I would totally do that league if we do it on sleeper. Honestly, I just don't want it. I only want the only league I do on Yahoo is the East Side League. I'm just tired of Yahoo. I'm done with Yahoo. Except minus the Diamond Joe keeping me in the East Side League.
Besides the 32-man league, I can't forget about that one. The 32-man, and then
we're about to launch that this week. Actually, I got to start working on it this weekend.
Yeah,
I just got to jump in there because I know that we're gonna have like 18, 19 motherfuckers from last year coming back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's a really, really fun experience. If you are curious about it, I'd say just do it. It's a fun experience, if anything, and the pot commitment, we'll call it, the buy-in isn't gonna be like a dynasty or anything like that.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and really, all it is too is just as soon as people commit, it's just like, all right, boom, shoot the bread. Now, all right, we rock it, and then because that one, I definitely want to get that one in motion like within the week. You know what I mean? And get that slow draft going.
Yeah, that's a process that could take upwards of 4 weeks.
What up, Smith?
I think last year took like 2 and some change.
Yeah,
it is 2-hour picks, so it does.
That's nice.
Weeks last time.
Yeah, 2-hour picks starting round 1. Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Right.
You just got to have your queue set up. Like for myself, I have to do that when I'm asleep during the day.
Right.
I'll be like, oh shit, whatever. I guess I'm gonna go wide receiver over running back here. And if that wide receiver is gone, then that running back's getting drafted, and I'll have to make do with it. I don't know.
I know. That's the tricky part.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't know who's going to be available.
You can order your queue however you want.
Yeah, and you got to order it.
It's like the real time of seeing who's still there and the people that might have fell.
Yeah.
Type of shit.
Yeah, that's why it's always best to just, even like you don't think that they're going to be there, if you're going to rely on the queue, just throw them in there anyways.
Yeah.
No harm in it.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, sometimes I get forced into plays like I'm not really necessarily been rocking with. Like, all right, fucking, he fell.
Hey, in some of these startup drafts, I remember having like over 100 people queued up. I'd be like, ready. Like what?
Hey, this one is crazy. This one with that's going down with Diamond Joe. I'm eager to see how crazy people go on this first 60. Everyone, and I'm wondering if people. I mean, obviously, if people are putting queue in their queue like accordingly, or people are just going to put people at the top of their queue that they want to nominate, but they don't really have interest in, like some lower level players. You know what I mean? Or even potentially some youngsters that might go for fairly cheap in this round. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you don't necessarily have to commit yourself to your favorite 5 that would be like the top picks that you would want, right? Yeah, that's some strategy to this. People nominating some values maybe. Right. But that's the cool thing, is that everybody gets a look at it, and then everybody gets to kind of bid at the same time, but it's not on a stressful clock. It's on something where you can take your time and really manage your budget, because that salary cap and then the commitment that you're going to have to provide for the next 3 years, that is a real thing.
Right.
Yeah, a little bit different salary cap.
What's the minimum that we can sign motherfuckers?
0.
No, years.
Oh. I think since it's a startup, you don't have to pick up any veterans, so the rookies, and then you have the ability for the first rounders, you would get a first round pick or something. So yeah, this first round is interesting. I can't remember if it is a first round, because remember, like, and I think Diamond Joe is trying to make it as realistic as he could. And one of the things about first rounders is that you get that extra year of control.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So maybe in this first five, those first 5 picks that you're able to nominate, these would be considered round 1 picks, and you would have to sign them to that that first round rookie deal.
Okay, word.
And then next year's rookie draft, it would be like obviously those first rounders, and then nobody else.
Okay, I dig that. Yeah, because then every year, like even the people that throw back, the ones that they're not paying, the free agents, that's another little auction too every year. You know what I mean? So what we're doing right now is, so to speak, what it's going to be like every year, but for the free agents. Then there'll be a separate joint for the rookies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Joe, I'm gonna see if I can do that. I'm gonna try and get that in the background on shared on the screen.
Share screen thing.
Yeah. Let me email it to myself.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. You ready to take him to the streets, man?
Yeah, we heard from Spencer yet?
No, I haven't. I didn't check the.
Let me check the thread because I haven't seen anything.
Not in the thread, but I don't know about the group text.
I'm checking it right now. As I see his pictures, I see nothing. He said I'll be there by 11:30. It's 11:52.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, well.
He said, cool. And this was about, he put that in the thread at 10:56 my time. And he said, I'll be there at 11:30.
All right, well, let's see what the ears got for us.
Good morning. Happy Friday, y'all. For some of us, we got 40 days until we draft. And we got 60 days until we get kickoff. And 10 days until football. Kitteh, you want to hit that extension drop, please?
Let's go.
Well, Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers remain extremely far apart on a new contract extension pause.
You know, I don't blame the Buccaneers for thinking about maybe entering the 2027 draft as a quarterback pursuer.
Mm-hmm.
A nice class. And then Baker, whenever he chooses to be a free agent, he will definitely be who else would be able to be available as a free agent and to compete with Baker
in this quarterback class? Bogey would have an idea. Hey, Bogey, if Baker doesn't reach an extension with the Bucs, who else could
not draft a rookie and then try and win a Super Bowl with Baker? The Jets.
I mean, Baker has a plethora of places that he can go if Tampa doesn't extend him after this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I was saying that maybe Tampa wants to get younger, and they're really interested in somebody in this 27 class, and they would pursue him.
I don't think they're trying to tank, but in the event that they're bad and they get a high pick,
Well, that's the cool thing about this class is that you might have a fair amount.
There's like 11 QBs in this motherfucker.
Resources, the resources are gonna be
like
plentiful.
Okay, think about this. So like if Baker, in the event they don't retain Baker next year, man, think about like Minnesota is a spot. You feel me? Like, the Jets, shit. You know what I mean?
Would be dope.
Fucking, Arizona.
Even Atlanta.
Like, Atlanta. Like, see, there's like a plethora of spots in the next year's QB carousel, even for like even for teams that might potentially draft a rookie, they still might take a shot on a Baker like on a 1 year or something. You know what I mean? Like, or a veteran, like a 2 year or a 3 year deal, but it's really only 2 years on paper type of shit.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think he's gonna settle for a prove it deal. He's gonna get the bag, but somebody's gonna.
I think
give
Tampa
him
pays him
a couple years, 3 year deal for
he's
whatever. What was it? $75 million. Some quarterback got 3 years, 75. Baker's about to go.
Well, here's the other caveat to this news.
You get like a 3 year, 100 and something.
Well, look, here's the caveat to the other part of the news. The Buccaneers reportedly believe their current offer will be Baker Mayfield's best available.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, look here, kid. Look here, kid. This is the best offer you get. And the last time I checked, we're in Tampa. You're going to get all your bag, kid. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's true.
Yeah.
No tax.
That's another plus.
You know what I mean? And then, I remember Baker, he was in all them commercials and shit, and he was hella funny.
Yep.
Yeah, he
Baker
built a
knows
brand
how to get a bag, is my point.
Big time. Yeah, he had a brand going into the NFL. That guy was definitely a
grabbing his crotch.
Yeah, he was selling. He was selling his what do we call that?
Selling his bravado.
Yeah, before they had the IRL or whatever that fucking the college money now.
Yeah, NIL. Yeah,
NIL.
Yeah.
Well, Bijan Robinson and Jahmyr Gibbs continue waiting on their extensions talks and their new contracts. I think they're playing a game of chess. Who goes first?
Yeah, I mean, that's precisely what I've been saying. It's like, because their agents, they're telling motherfuckers, like, yo, just wait till you get paid so we can top his bag. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think Bijan's going to be the one who gets paid first.
Emil wants Baker in Miami. Yeah.
See? Look, there's like a plethora of spots. And then look at that. Baker could be like, ooh, Miami will give me all the bag, and I'm still in a tax-free state.
Exactly. Well, Paris Johnson Jr. is seeking a market-setting extension with Arizona. He's seeking $40 million a year.
What?
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Who is this again? My bad.
Paris Johnson.
Who in the fuck is that?
I think he's like a...
He's a lineman?
He's a lineman, exactly.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's totally an offensive lineman name.
Paris Johnson.
Number 74, Harris Johnson.
Well, the Denver Broncos hope to sign cornerback Jaquan McMillan to a long-term deal soon.
Oh, that's cool. I fuck with Jaquan McMillan, bro, from Denver.
Yes.
He's like one of those hybrid nickel corner, like safety type joints. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But then, he's been showing now. He plays a lot opposite of. He plays the nickel most of the time though, because you got Surtain on the on one end, and then what's their other youngster they just drafted last year? He hella dope too.
Oh yeah.
That corner, Jackson? No.
No.
Fuck.
I don't know, man. I have to look it up.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm not even tripping. I'm over it.
As for Jacoby Brissett, continues working out with teammates in California while contract negotiations continue on that guaranteed money.
He said, what's his guarantee? $5 million right now?
I think it is. Yep. I think it was $5 million.
That is terrible.
For a quarterback,
if we hear if a report comes out and he wouldn't even ask him much, like, they should give me like 15 guaranteed, and they ain't trying to do that. I'm like, yo, come on, Eric. Just give him 25 guaranteed for the 1 year. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. But he has Jacoby Brissett. He just ain't got no leverage at all.
Exactly.
Because you got the Ginsu over there, and you got young Carson Beck.
Mm-hmm. All right, Kitteh. Listen to all these rumors. Run them in
every day.
Now I need some time.
What's going on?
Brandon
Lee?
Ayuk's trade value continues to decline. Teams do not want it. Teams do not want anything to do with him.
It's not just declining. It's going.
It's
going
way down.
It's not even sinking. It's sunk.
It's so.
Yeah.
Well, Jaden Daniels won't even answer his call.
Because he has to stay focused.
We gotta get to work.
Gotta stay focused,
if you were really serious about this, you'd be at work right now. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, you know why Jay Daniels ain't picking up his phone call? Because he's at work right now.
What's up, Emil? What's up, everyone?
Shout out to Emil, man. Shout out to everybody
in the chat.
Friday to everybody, man.
Yes,
you know what I mean? We made it. Friday's here again. You know what I mean? We are on the eve of another beautiful weekend, hopefully for everybody. You know what I mean? Put your sunscreen on. Them motherfucking them solar flares is coming. Well, watch out, everybody.
Hey, it's the guru. Hey, Spencer, you can start off with your stuff, and I can continue.
What else you got for us,
exactly
Lee?
where I am.
What up, fella? Yeah, go ahead, Lee. Finish your stuff, and then we'll get going.
Get to your rankings. I can get to the rest of this later.
Oh, all right. Appreciate it, homie.
What
up, fellas? Lee, Kitteh, Bogey. Man, we're back in the building here to conclude this early ranking series because I know y'all got drafts about to get rolling, so we got to get this in. See, we got all the homies up in the chat here. We got Emil, Derek, I'm Joe. What a do, fellas. Chase. Man, we got everyone in the house here, so I appreciate all y'all listening. And, we're going to get these QBs underway. I know a lot of you DJs got super flex drafts to prep for, so, yeah, we got to get y'all right, get these QBs ranked. So, yeah, I'll just get it underway if that's cool.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Fuck yeah. All right, so number one, well, no surprise here. Josh Allen, the Stallion. I mean, what else is there to say? He's been at the top of the charts now for like the past 5 years, galloping to probably gallop to another QB1 finish. A new coach this year, though, so a little different. Going to have Joe Brady as head coach, but he'll still be calling the plays. He's been the play call over there now the past couple years, and the difference has been the Stallion's been more of a runner. He hadn't been quite as strong of a passer, but because of the increase in rushing, especially rushing tugs, man, the rushing touchdowns for Allen have been through the roof ever since Joe Brady took over. Joe Brady's been great. Exactly, and also for James Cook. James Cook as well. They both eat double digits for the two of them, man. The Joe Brady offense is very run heavy, and that's great for Allen and Cook. It's not the best for the receiving core over there. They usually only have like just one or two fantasy relevant receiving weapons, probably be Kincaid and either DJ Moore or Shakir, but Allen himself just fine. Emil's just asking though about, or worried about Josh Allen's surgery he just had. I haven't really heard too much about that. I don't think that's a concern. I feel like we'd be hearing more about it if it was.
I'll have you know, I'm a doctor.
Let us know, Dr. Bogey. Will Josh Allen be okay?
Well, now that you asked, right? So I just want to say,
on his foot,
GHs and other various anabolic steroids and things of that nature, they got the best of the best. He's gonna be all right.
There you go, Dr. Bogey, seal of approval. Yeah, he underwent this, I'm just looking up here, a fractured piece of his fifth metatarsal in his right foot, played the final weeks of the 2025 season and the playoffs on it before it got cleaned out in January. Shit, he might be even better this year then, because he was literally playing through the injury, so that tells me he might even be better this season.
Feet right now. He got hell of the metatarsal carpals, whatever the fuck. He got a gang of them. Josh Allen, he's gonna be all right. He just fractured.
Yeah, and Bowen still holds it down. So
he's made of bones.
Exactly. If Bowens can do it, Josh Allen the Stallion can do it. Damn it.
I'm a doctor.
Hell yeah. Dr. Boogie. Where's that drop? We got to find that here for the.
We had to get rid of it. We kept getting flags.
Oh, damn. Okay. I'll do the. Y'all get the point. Dr. Boogie, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay. I'll be on the green.
Hell yeah, brother. So, yeah, Josh Allen at 1. I think that one is pretty obvious. Number 2, though, I think is where we start to have some debate because I feel like the number 2 spot, there's a lot of different ways we could go there. I mean, if some people are that are really high on a Joe Burrow bounce back, a Lamar bounce back, a JD5 bounce back, you can make a case for either of those 3, but I'm sticking with the guy that did it for us last year, and that's Drizzy Drake May. I got Drake May at number 2 still, even though he might regress a little bit, but I don't think he'll regress too much because they added weaponry over there for real. I mean, you got now A.J. Brown and Romeo Dobbs to replace Stephon Diggs. So, I mean, after you got that, I mean, even if he does regress a little bit, he's got enough weaponry to where I don't see it being anything that's going to cause his numbers to take a dive. If anything, his numbers might even go up a little bit passing-wise.
I think his passing numbers go up, and I definitely agree with you with the decline, but only specifically on his rushing attempts and rushing total because he's going to pass more with these weapons they got now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, for sure. And so I think it's a deal to where, like, yeah, he's going to get to throw it more and really do his thing over there still to where I don't see this dropping off if it at all. So I'm going with him at 2. Gonna get the little ticker going here like we had the past few weeks. So shout out to Peacock and JD for getting those together. And so I'm gonna hold it down here on this Mighty Fine Friday. Happy Friday, by the way, everyone.
Friday, my brother.
Yeah,
I'm gonna click back out, click right back in. I can't. All of a sudden, I can't hear anything.
All good, brother. All right. Well, Bogey gets his Matrix situation settled. We'll carry on here. I saw someone commented there. Let me pull it up. Shout out to Brandon. Brandon saying the Patriots. Patriots are going to crash and burn. I mean, I guess it's possible. But I know the Vrabel situation's messy. I get it. But I don't think it's going to really affect Drake May much, if at all. I mean, I think he's going to be just fine, like I said, with the new weaponry and stuff. So, I mean, last season, if y'all want some cold, hard numbers here, and we can pull up. Oh, is Bogey still Matrix? Technical difficulties, y'all. We'll get it. Okay, I see him.
Haha, Matrix.
Aha! We conquered the Matrix.
You thought, Matrix.
Right. Every time you think you got us beat, we conquer you. We take you back. Exactly. So, yeah, Drizzy Drake May. I mean, the thing that was really impressive about him last year, in my humble opinion, that completion percentage, bro, a 7.20 completion percentage, led the league in completion percentage along with yards per attempt. So he was not only accurate, he was slinging that thing down the field. Had the best quarterback rating, QBR. So he not only had the volume, he had the efficiency on top of it. And as a runner, he damn near had 500 yards, 4 rushing tugs. I mean, this dude is just like, the numbers don't lie. This is one of those deals to where I know people are concerned about Vrabel and the locker room and all that, but it's one of those deals to where I'm going with the numbers. I'm not going to worry too much about the outside influence stuff. I'm going with the numbers here. The numbers back it up.
They got
Drake Mays right there with Josh Allen.
They have a fairly young team, and then they got some veterans there in true New England fashion, right? But then, man, behind the scenes in the locker room, they are not tripping off of him getting some side coochie, bro. Like,
that's what I'm saying. If anything, they're like, my dog. If anything,
thank you. I was just about to say the youngsters are probably giving them daps. Like, it's probably the veterans are probably the ones who are like, the veterans, the married ones.
Yeah,
they probably might have shook their head a little bit, like, oh, come on, coach, family, bro. But it's like, you don't know what's going behind the scenes with somebody's marriage Maybe his marriage was in turmoil, and then the same thing with her. And you just never know. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna. Plus, I don't give a fuck.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, neither one got divorced, and so it's all those things. I mean, I doubt this, but maybe who knows? Well, I think Rossini's husband didn't give a fuck. I don't know about Vrabel's wife. It seems like Vrabel's wife was Rossini husband don't even give a shit. Yeah, I think they might have like an open relationship type shit. So it's just like they might be cool with that. Like, I mean, fuck it.
Goddammit.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, it's like fuck it, man. At the end of the day, we just, for the fantasy's sake, like, we want the damn numbers, and Drake May's getting us the numbers, so fuck it, man. Terrion Arnold got him.
Damn.
Oh, damn. Shit. Damn, bro. Cold world, as JD said. Cold world.
Cold world. Shout out to the fella.
Facts, bro. Yeah. So, yeah, we got the top two here, man. Don't really have much else to say about that other than unless ears to the streets. I know he grew up around Patriots country, but is obviously the Chargers fan, holds it down for the Chargers power hour. So we'll get to Herbert, Lee. We'll get to Herbert at some point. Don't worry. Don't you worry.
I'm all set, man. I'm just listening and watching.
Good stuff, man. So I guess we'll get on to number 3 here, and we'll go with Lamar here at number 3. I think Lamar will bounce back. It sounds like the new OC over there, I believe, is it Deacon Doyle, Bogey? Is that the name? Yeah, he was
Deacon Doyle, yeah.
Yeah, he was with the Bears, just doing good things over there, working with our old pal Ben Johnson. So this is redraft, Derek. All these, just for anyone that's watching or has been watching, a good question, Derek, because I know some people, we do dynasty content as well, so some people might be wondering, but yes, all these early rankings that we started in like mid-June with running backs, receivers, tight ends, now quarterbacks, these were all for redraft purposes, early redraft rankings. So if y'all go, I know Peacock and JD have cut clips of me talking shit on these rankings, and I really appreciate that. So yes, but they are all redraft. These are redraft rankings.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the chat. If everybody make sure, because we do on the homepage of the GWN and on all of our joints, actually on all of our channels, we do have all the shorts breaking down the various positional rankings that we have went through on the annual Guru Nation rankings debate breakdown. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, got to keep it rolling, because I mean, yeah, it's one of them deals to where, like, I'll be real, like, during this spring, I was tied up with work shit to where I didn't really have as much time to do the dynasty joints. But with the redraft, once June hit, I was like, I'm back in the gym. Like, I'm back in the gym. I'm hitting the gym hard, getting these rankings knocked out. So that's what we on, man. But yeah, back to Lamar.
Drake May was the shit last year. Some of them numbers you was talking about, like the completion rating and the
facts.
Joints. I was like, okay, Drake May.
Yeah, he really did that shit, which is why, even though I think Lamar is going to bounce back and he could get back to being QB2 or even QB1, I'm not going to put him over the Stallion or Drizzy, because I think with Lamar, you got to be a little concerned with his health. The past 5 years, he has missed multiple games. He had back-to-back really strong years in 23 and 24. But in both 21 and 22, he missed a good bit of time due to injury. And in last year, he missed 4 games. Which I know he's one of those guys where when he's healthy, I mean, we know what Lamar is. I mean, Lamar's an elite top 5 QB, and I've still got him ranked there. It's just the reason why I don't have him 1 or 2 is because of the injury concern. But I definitely think he bounces back and gets back to being among the elites at the position.
Yeah, it's crazy because, like, anybody in their right mind, if you can guarantee Lamar stays upright, like, he's finna be a top 3. You know what I mean? But like, but with the reality is, you gotta factor in his injury history. Like, Like, for example, when Emil was asking, are we worried about Josh Allen? Nah, Josh Allen's a fucking giant. You know what I mean? Like, that's what makes him different. It's almost like
he's always out there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's the way he's built. He's 6'5", 240 or whatever it is. Like, it's like Cam Newton's build was built like that. You know what I mean? So imagine a better Cam Newton. Like, remember, I don't know, you were around back then in 2020. Remember, we used to call him the white Cam Newton, Brad Newton, Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Facts. Yep. Yeah, that was right when he was That was right when we started doing content together. Yep. Yeah.
And then
Josh Allen was just breaking out. Yeah, I remember it was. Oh, someone's got an echo.
Shit ain't me.
That might be ears. Check your stuff, ears.
It's
definitely not. Kitteh's muted. Yeah, make sure it's not off your phone, Lee.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah, I think it's great now. Yeah, just Lee. Just make sure that it's not playing on your phone because everyone else can hear that shit. But
I don't hear
anyway. Okay, yeah, we're good now, I think. Yeah, appreciate your ears. But yeah, man, I mean, it's one of those deals to where I remember back in 2020, if y'all want to take it back a little bit, I mean, it was the debate was like, who's going to be that guy, the Stallion or Kyler? That was back when Kyler was breaking out with D-Hop and stuff, and Kyler was the talk of the town because of the rushing upside. Lamar, too. Lamar was also breaking out around this time, but Lamar had already put together an MVP campaign, I believe, in 2019. Yeah, he was literally the MVP. So at that point, it was like, all right, Lamar, certified, stamped, where Allen and Kyler were the two that we were like, all right, which one of these, if any or both, is going to break out? And it turns out the Stallion did and Kyler didn't. So interesting how things shake out that way.
Here's one thing they did that they definitely did is the year before that in 2019, they ran that Antonio Brown sweepstakes. Remember that? And then the whole debacle was like, I'm not fucking going to Buffalo. Remember that?
Yeah.
And then I'm speaking of X, then he gets traded to the Raiders.
The Raiders, the AB.
That whole hoopla happens. Then he has the one game with the Patriots, and then he was ixnayed until Brady brought him to the 2020 to the Buccaneers, right? But all the while, the following year, the Bills, since they couldn't get Antonio Brown, they fucked around and got Diggs, and that definitely helped break out Josh Allen. You know what I mean? And you had Brian Daboll there. Like as the OC, it was going down. Like, you know what I mean? It was
Daboll, man. Allen was slinging it with Daboll, and I mean he's still really good with Brady, but with Joe Brady, it's more of a balanced attack. With Daboll and then Ken Dorsey, they were just letting the Stallion go crazy with the pass attempts.
They're basically letting him. He's basically running a read. Basically, he's like, you're either gonna throw it or you just go ahead and run, bro. You know what I mean? You're like, go ahead, kid. But
exactly.
I do like what Joe Brady's doing because he's methodically balanced to the point. Like when they get down, they're gonna make sure they get down into the red because then he's the most dangerous there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And you got James Cook. This is why they both got double-digit touchdowns because it's like they're gonna run so much that like every now and then they're gonna suck everybody up, pause, and then he's gonna uncork one down the field. You know what I mean? Josh Allen that's why he's at number one, by the way, and not Lamar or Jaden Daniels or Drake.
Yeah. Joey Burrow, who we got at 4 here, got Joey Burrow coming in at number 4. I think it's the same thing as Lamar. I mean, I was going back and forth trying to decide who to put here at 3, and they're very similar. I gave Lamar the edge though because of the rushing. But Joey Burrow, man, when he's out there, we know what it is. He's arguably the best pure passer in the game right now. Yeah. I mean, I think Dak could make a case for that. But I think as far as guys that could hit for 5,000 yards, I think it's really comes down to Dak and Burrow. And with Dak not really running much, I mean, Burrow's not a huge runner either. But the thing with Burrow, man, if he's out there, man, Joey Burrow is going to get that shit, man, because exactly. The defense is ass over there in Cincinnati, and they just don't really seem to do much about it.
Joey B.
That's what I was saying. And so, yeah, he's just going to just have to keep being forced. Mighty Joe Young, exactly. I mean, when he's out there, man, he's got it. And he's got arguably the best 1-2 receiver combo in the game, which is also, I believe, why Dak could get the 5,000. We'll get to him in a little bit. But, yeah, when you got Jamar and T. Higgins to throw to, that is just – that is one of those deals to where if he's healthy, he's a lock to finish top 5. It's just a matter of can he stay upright.
I think he's top 3 if he stays healthy the whole year. That's a fact. Like he could threaten 40 passing tugs easily if he's upright all year. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because you don't need a bank on if T. Higgins stays healthy all year, fuck yeah. But you don't even need a bank on Higgins. You just really need him to just have Chase, and then everyone else benefits off of having Chase there. You know what I mean? He got Chase Brown also. Like everyone's a receiving threat for Joe Burrow. That the line, hopefully the line is better. I don't really feel like did they do anything to address that line? That's the one thing. It's like man, they're beating them.
Yeah, it seems like every year the line's a little shaky, but I feel like he's
home alone, bro. That offensive line got Macaulay Culkin home alone. Them motherfuckers is getting them, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of them deals where I feel like they retool it like every year, but it just always seems to be a problem. Let's see what they did this year. That's a good point about the O-line situation there. Actually, no, it doesn't really look like they did much to change the starting lineup. I think what they're banking on is, for example, it's like pretty young there. Like Dylan Fairchild is be a sophomore, and Amarius Mims will be a third-year starter. I think they're banking on these young guys taking that next step. They extended out Orlando Brown at left tackle, and then they got a couple vets there in the center and right guard, Ted Karras and Dalton Risner. So I think it's one of those deals where they're just banking on these young guys taking the step, and they better hope they do, because if Joey B gets hurt again, I think that he might end up just saying fuck it and requesting a trade after this season. Because I remember last season down the stretch, he was going through some mental health shit, man. He opened up in a press conference and was saying, I haven't really been myself lately. I've been feeling pretty down and stuff.
And he was saying like him getting all these injuries is kind of making him lose the love for football. That's kind of what
Yeah, it reminds me. I hate to say this, and I really hope he doesn't end up like Andrew Luck. Exactly.
No,
super.
You, Neckbeard?
Yeah, don't do it. Don't end up the next Andrew Luck, bro.
My favorite right now.
That's what I'm saying. Please don't end up the next Andrew Luck.
You leave the game, Joe.
Yes, please don't leave. But that's why this season's so crucial for him. I feel like if he has a really successful season this year, he'll stick around. So hopefully he doesn't end up the next Andrew Luck. Well, that's the thing. It's like with Andrew Luck, we had a lot of hope for Andrew Luck the year before he retired. He retired abruptly. He retired like just a couple weeks before the season. He got booed.
Up to the preseason game.
Yeah, they booed his ass.
Yeah, because it got released on there was somebody in the locker room, like a staff member or like some kind of a trainer or something, heard the mummerings in the locker room that Andrew Luck he's not suiting up, he's legit retiring. And then so this guy says it, puts it on Twitter, it goes crazy immediately, and then so they start off the game. The announcers don't even know what's going on because they're old and they're not on Twitter like that, and then they're like, well, apparently we're getting word here. Andrew Luck's not going to suit up. Well, and they wouldn't announce that he's retiring yet, right? They're like, we're going to let you know as soon as we get news or whatever, right? I remember because I'm watching this thing live, and then this motherfucker, they got the Grill B Brisket. He's out there, right? Because they just traded for him, and so it was it was almost like they preemptively knew what was going to go down. You know what I mean? And then he came out on the sideline in his regular clothes, Andrew Luck, and then they're all booing him and shit. You know what I mean? I was like,
that was sad. That cold world, man. Yeah, that was sad, man. That whole situation, man. I had a lot of hope for Neckbeard that year for fantasy. I remember,
Nelson.
I drafted him in some leagues, I remember, and I was like, what the fuck? I could have T.Y. Hilton. I had a bunch of T.Y. Hilton. 2019. Yeah. That was my worst fantasy year
that was the Marlon
ever. That was my worst fantasy year ever. I think I only made the playoffs in one league and made no chippers. That was like a rare off year for me, just because like I just put that taught me a valuable lesson. Though, don't put all your eggs in one basket. And because I was so high on like the Luck Hilton stack, I had that in damn near every league. And then when he retired, I got fucked up there. Joe Mixon fucked me up that year. I was really high on him as like a. He was his ADP was second round, but I was taking him first round because like
that
I was
breakout year.
Yeah,
like he broke out like in his rookie. Oh yeah, his rookie year was 2018. That's right.
Yeah, he kind of broke out that year, and like I was thinking that was the first year I believe of Zach Taylor as the coach, and he is coming over from the Rams. I was thinking Joe Mixon could kind of be like Todd Gurley. I was comparing him to Todd Gurley because Todd Gurley, I think, had broken out the year prior.
I think Zach Taylor was there in 2019. I think that was his first.
Right? Year. It was. That's why I was so high on Mixon because I was like, he could be the next Todd Gurley, bro. Because at that point, Todd Gurley was the shit. I mean, he was like elite RB1. Yeah, no, for sure. And so it's just one of those deals. To where I just, I was a young guru at that point and I got humbled. I'll admit it. I got humbled, but in a way I'm glad I did because it taught me a valuable lesson to not go all in too much. I mean, it's important to have your guys and to have players that are like anchor players that you have multiple shares of, but you need to diversify some. You don't want to go too much. For example, if someone like drafted Burrow in every league last year, I mean, you'd have been fucked because he missed half the season. Same with Lamar. I mean, Lamar played more than half, but he wasn't himself last year.
And at least Joe Flacco was a plug and play. Pause. But like we got Cooper Rush. You know what I me?
The Raven situation was brutal. And Tyler Huntley. It was all bad. Yeah.
Well, actually, initially it was what's his name? It was before they had to go and trade for Flacco in division even.
They did because Cleveland wanted Shaduri to get playing time, so they just were willing to dump Flacco.
Was it Jake something? Fuck, I forget the
Jake Browning. Jake Browning, yeah.
There you go. 10 points.
Yeah, he was he wasn't as good as Flacco, but Flacco even it just goes to show how good the mighty Joe Young is because, I mean, when they lost him, their season was basically over.
Yeah. So
because he could keep them in games. No matter how bad the defense is, he could keep them in games similar to Drew Brees with the Saints. Even it didn't matter how bad the Saints defense was, bro. Drew was keeping us afloat.
Right.
He was keeping us in the fucking game. So, they did revamp their defense. They added Dexter Lawrence, Boy Mafe. Yeah, exactly. That's when the Saints redid our whole identity. That's when Sean Payton came to the realization, all right, Drew's now over 35. Right now. We've got to emphasize defense in the run game. And it was very successful. The Saints had made the playoffs 4 straight seasons.
Yeah. And what's his name? Now he's doing that over there in Denver.
He's learned that it's one formula. Yep, that same. Although last year, man, they were passing it more. Like Bo Nix led the league in pass attempts. They didn't really have much of a. Yeah, it was J.K. and then when he went down, Harvey's just a rookie. They're not really a workhorse. So.
It's a fact.
Facts. So they kind of had to, but that's the good thing with Sean Payton. He can adapt to whatever he needs to adapt to. I mean, he'll have you. He might throw it 50 times a game, or he might run it down your throat. Pause. I mean, he could do it.
His rushing numbers last year kind of spoke. I'm pretty sure we'll get to Bo Nix eventually on your list, right?
Yeah, coming off the ankle. Yeah, his rushing numbers were solid too. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was gonna say coming off this ankle now. You know what I mean? And the lack of, and now they're emphasizing the run game again. On paper, with their backfield being like
brought back J.K. They drafted that kid. Was it Jonah Coleman? Coleman. Yep, and then Harvey's in there. Yeah, they got a 3-headed monster on paper. So I definitely think Nix's pass attempts will drop some, which is why I don't have him, by the way, as a QB1 in these rankings. Spoiler alert. But we'll get to him eventually. Lee, you'll be happy to hear that Herbert is the highest ranked QB in the AFC West. on my list.
Look at that. Wow.
There you go.
Look at that, Mike.
I'm not getting him just yet, though. Y'all got. I keep teasing it, so we'll get to it. But we're gonna round out this top 5 here. Yeah, they did revamp the defense, Bakes, but if I had to guess, it's still gonna be pretty bad. But time will tell.
Yeah.
Because they did lose Trey Hendrickson. So at number 5 here, we got. Yeah, they did, and also Dexter Lawrence. That's a significant addition.
Dexy,
Yeah, they had to give up a first round pick. Yeah, they had to give up a lot.
It was the number 6 pick too.
Hey, look.
Damn.
It was the 6th pick they gave up.
Might be a high pick too.
They better hope Sexy Dexy is the real deal, because that's a high pick to give up.
It was an in draft.
Oh yeah, that's why. The Giants had those 2 early firsts. Yeah,
not a bad move. Great move.
Yeah,
you don't really see Cincinnati do those kind of moves too.
No, I think that honestly was probably a good trade for both teams. So.
I mean, you touched on it earlier, Pause, when you were talking about Joe Burrow being vocal about things, being disgruntled and things that he was going through just playing for this team. They're like, all right, fuck it. He's been complaining about the defense. Let's try. Let's try.
Traded. Okay, appreciate you, Chase. Pick, it was the 10th pick. Yep. Yeah, because the Giants' original pick, I think, was the 6th pick, and then they got the 10th pick on top of that. So they had 2 firsts, which they took. Who were their picks? I'm already blanking now on who they took. They took, that offense had the guard, and then Arvell Reese. Yeah.
Yep, they took Reese, and then I forget the safety's name already.
The Cowboys took him, the safety, Caleb Downs. Yeah, they took Caleb Downs. And then the Giants got – actually, the Giants, I think, had was that the 3 pick or Arvell? Or was that I don't know. It was a top 10 pick. No, wait. Well, they also got – this guard, though, was their first-round pick, Francis.
And then they got Reese. The Giants are killing it. Shout out to John Harbaugh right out the gate.
Yeah, it was Arvell Reese at number 5, so not 6'5", and then – Francis, the Miami O-lineman, McGuagu at 10.
McGuagu,
I guess. I don't know. Next, I don't.
Just don't call him Francois.
Yeah, just call him Francois, that guy. Yeah, the Francois kid from the U.
Francois.
Shout out to JD and the Hurricanes. He was a Miami Hurricane, so.
Yeah, man.
So, I think that was a win-win for both squads. So, coming in at 5, though, we got JD 5. Coming in at 5, Jaden Daniels. He cracks the top 5, man. I know last year was a disappointment, but when we saw JD 5 play a full, healthy season, it was something special. And I think this year he shakes back. They have a lot to prove over there in Washington. Dan Quinn, I know Lee's talked about him being on the hot seat, and I believe that. I think Dan Quinn and them have to deliver this year, else there's going to be some big changes there. But regardless of what happens with their record, I think JD5 is going to be a strong fantasy asset because he can do it all. I feel like he's one of these guys that game script proof, because if they have the lead, he's going to be controlling the clock, getting designed runs, just doing his thing. And then if they are playing from behind, he's got what it takes to air it out, hit the deep passes, get the chains moving. He can do it all. He can throw it and run. He's a true dual threat. I mean, kind of like Lamar in a way, is just someone that really has no weaknesses in his game.
Was his arm last year. It was like, I mean, I think it was his non-throwing elbow, something like that.
Yeah, and then he tried to come back, and that didn't go so well. He came back and got hurt like immediately after. They probably should have just shut him down since their season had gone off the rails at that point. But yeah, early on he was doing his thing. I mean, he was kind of coming back to reality as far as he just wasn't really putting up the kind of numbers he was as a rookie. But I mean, he still is respectable. So taking out those 2 games that he got hurt in, per 17 in the 5 games he was healthy in, he was on pace for 3,500 passing yards, 27 passing tugs, only 3 picks. So a very good touchdown to interception ratio, very elite. Shit, that's like Aaron Rodgers-esque touchdown to interception ratio. In the rushing numbers, he was pacing for 717 rushing yards and somewhere between 3 and 4 rushing tugs. So that seems like top 5 to me. So he's another one though. Got to stay upright. That's kind of the theme here for these ones 3 to 5. They're all really good when out there. It's just, can they stay healthy? But I feel like we still have to treat these guys as top 5 because the bottom line is when they're healthy, they're putting up really difference-making numbers. Difference-making numbers. You got a lot of QBs in that, like, Stafford, Goffle, Purdy range, or it's like they're very solid, like floor guys, but they just don't have quite the upside. Yeah, Dak, you could even say Jalen Hurts, which we'll get to all those in a bit. Yeah. But these top 5 here, they're in a league of their own as far as upside.
It's a fact.
So, yeah, let's move on to this is where it kind of gets more interesting. I feel like these top 5, it's kind of like anyone that is subscribed to this channel, you're probably thinking like, well, duh, we know those are the top 5. I mean, you're not telling us anything new. But here's where, in my humble opinion, it gets interesting. The 6th spot, because the consensus rankings for QB6 are all over the place. Like, there's so many different scenarios here where you could go, but I'm going with the safe option here, and I'm going with Dak here at the 6. I'm buying the hype about Dak being a 5,000-yard passer this year. G-Pick is in a contract year. CD Lamb's looking to bounce back. If they both are healthy, they could both push for 1,500 plus receiving yards, and boom, that's 3,000 yards right there. So guys like Ferguson and the other secondary weapons, they don't even have to do much, and Dak will be at 5,000. So, and also, if Dak doesn't run much, which ever since he broke his ankle, he hadn't really been much of a rushing threat. It's one of those deals where he's got such a safe passing floor and to go with the high ceiling to where I'm confident enough to have him ranked here as QB6.
Even the running backs are using the passing game over there. Shout out to Javonte.
Yep. No, Derek's happy to hear that. Yeah, your Cowboys are looking good, Derek. I gotta say, this is one that everyone that this is our year talk always gets made fun of, but this is a year to where I'm not laughing at the Cowboys this year. I think the Cowboys could be dangerous.
Yeah,
if they stay healthy. Yeah.
Dak is definitely. We were talking about it.
That's the caveat for a lot of these teams.
You gain line, Bugs.
We've got Dak well ahead of Patrick Mahomes in these drafts.
Say that about fill in the blank team, a team that's just been getting their ass whooped by injuries. You know what I mean? Shit. There's always a team that's gonna break out that comes out of nowhere and shit. And it's usually a team that's hella healthy. You know what I mean? Like for example, the Bengals, like they could break back out into the postseason easily. If Joe Burrow stays upright, right? And if Dak stays upright, and because they got a good offensive line too over there in Dallas. You know what I mean? But and then he got. I would say that's the only other receiver tandem that'll give. It's arguable that. Who's the better tandem in Dallas or Cincy? You know what I mean? But yeah, I want those QBs. You know what I mean?
Facts.
They're going crazy.
Yeah. The only question on the Dallas line is the left tackle spot. There's a little bit of question there as who the left tackle is going to be, but the rest of that O line is stacked. Like from left guard to right tackle, those 4 spots are very solid. So it's just a matter of can they get that left tackle spot right, and if they do. Yeah, Dak's throwing for 5,000 plus. If the left tackle spot doesn't pan out, though, that could lead to some trouble. But
yeah, that's the blind spot too.
Right, but if you're strong in all 4 other spots, that'll help the weak link out because at that point the weak link is like, he's got help from all 4 other spots. So at that point it might make it to where even if the left tackle isn't quite up to par, it's like if the other spots are that good. It's like that'll do the weak link a lot of favors. Where if you have like 2-3 weak links, which is usually the case with Cincinnati, then it leads to just pressure on the edge and up the middle, and Burrow just has no hope. Where Dak's like the interior of Dallas's O-line is stout to where even if Dak's getting heat from that blind side, all he could just roll out a little bit. And if he's got a clean middle and the right side of pocket, like, the left tackle spot, as long as it's not like a total disaster, it shouldn't affect him too much.
Yeah, because
Dak isn't disastrous until he gets to the playoffs.
You know what I mean? Like, all right, for the
Yeah. You're right, Kitteh.
Side.
Yeah, no, they definitely will try that, but I think the thing is, though, it's like the guy that's the pencil inside, Tyler Guyton. He was a first-round pick just 2 years ago, so it might just be one of those things where he's kind of a late bloomer, and so if he can blossom this year, then the whole line will be stout, and then at that point, they're going hamburger. Like it's going down in Dallas. As much as we like to troll them boys, I mean, they seem on paper, they seem to have it going on because their offense was really good last year, so they didn't really change much there. The defense, they redid. They added a lot of free agents, Rashawn Gary on the edge, D. Winters in the middle at linebacker, Kobe Durant, outside corner, and at safety, Jalen Thompson. So they addressed the outside and the interior of that defense. So I think Quinnen Williams have that be up the middle there. He's really holds it down. And Caleb Downs. I forgot to mention Caleb Downs, the safety, man. Caleb Downs could be the difference for their defense.
I'm excited for this.
I forgot how much I hate them.
I know, yeah, we're gonna hate them this year because they're gonna. If all breaks right for them, they're gonna win 12+ games.
Defensive Rookie of the Year.
I agree.
He's definitely in position. He can get that starting role right away.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping the Saints would draft him.
Who are the bums? That they got right now that he's gonna beat.
Up to it, like. Especially when we were live, and it was like, "Yo,
Grant
they have a chance
or
to
whatever.
get Downs right now." But I wasn't mad at the.
Yeah, their safety room's stacked now that they got him and Jalen Thompson. And then Malik Hooker will be the free safety.
Jalen Thompson was a very good
signed
pickup
Thompson.
for them too.
Oh, that's
Yes, they signed Thompson and drafted Downs, and they still got Hooker. So I mean, they got one of the best safety rooms in the league.
There you go. Yeah, because they had some.
I know. I hate them.
Bland or whatever the fuck.
They don't have to worry about him no more.
Yeah.
He ain't. Yeah, he's out of there. He could.
Interception streak just like the dude before him the season.
Trayvon
Jalen Thompson
Diggs
is a tackling machine, guys. He does not miss tackles. That's what you didn't get out of Bland because he's always trying to get an interception.
He's a cornerback. Yeah, Deron Bland might be the cornerback room there might still be a little shaky because I think Bland is a starting cornerback over there, but they did draft a 4th-round kid that could push him for that starting spot. What's his name? Devin Moore. And then the other kid that they drafted last year, Siobhan Revel, corner, 3rd-round pick, so they got some depth there in that secondary. And they also signed PJ Locke from Denver, a safety who started a good bit of games in Denver last year.
Yeah, they definitely addressed weaknesses then.
Oh, Bogey in the matrix.
They got a gang of safeties over there.
Jalen Thompson is a great tackler, and he's gonna fill the strong safety role, hopefully. And then the youngster can play behind and then just kind of ball hawk, and then maybe they get creative. He's a nickel.
Yeah, he'll just kind of be a floater. He'll just play like kind of like a nickel role. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's cool because then for fantasy, I would like.
Yeah, Downs will probably be nickel because Malik Hooker's free safety.
Oh yeah,
yeah. The nickel corner tends to get more tackles than the free safety.
The Hooker over there.
Free safety tends to be he's the free safety. Yeah, and Kobe Durant from the Rams will be one of the outside corners.
They definitely redid that whole fucking defensive back field.
Yes, they definitely did. They definitely did. So, if anything, that might prevent Dak from getting quite 5,000 if the defense is a lot better. But screw it, I'm still going with him at QB6. When you got CD and Pickens,
yeah, CD and Pickens is
if
probably
you got
the best
CD
duo.
and Pickens.
I wanna see the Cowboys be the first team to pull the trigger and say that NFL teams can indeed afford two true WR1s, that they could pay two receivers with these increases in
maybe
every year.
The Bengals have done it.
Yeah,
I mean the Bengals have shown it, but the issue with them though is
what's
I think he deserves it.
That's it.
I think
that's right. T. Higgins just got paid, right?
For a pretty strong salary as far as I think he's. Yeah, he got a nice little extension.
He had like 30-something.
Yeah, he's making his average annual salary is just under 30 mil.
Oh, okay. So no,
28, basically 29 million.
So Spencer, I think Pickens is gonna make more than 38, and he could push 40. And that's where I think some of the NFL organizations are.
Yeah, he'll make more than Higgins.
They're gonna open up the payroll.
Yeah, so I don't know if they'll be able to afford him then.
Because when you got the ability to win a one-on-one on the outside, regardless of what the defense throws at you, as long as your quarterback's able to spot the weakness and attack the defense properly, that like Dak is pretty. He's pretty good at that, and he's showed it that whenever he has a true number one receiver, that guy's gonna eat. And last year we didn't get too much of it, but the numbers were thrown out there by Peacock, and they were pretty impressive. Or JD, my bad. One of the two. They were giving us the numbers on if CD and Pickens had played together for a full season, Pickens would have finished at 10, wide receiver 10, and then CD would have been wide receiver 5.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And that's probably around where they'll finish this year. Yeah, that's a good analysis.
That's if they play together,
if you
pacing the stats that they had produced already. This is just the averages.
Yeah.
Yes, this is from extrapolation.
That makes a lot of sense.
From extrapolation, right? That's the word we're looking for.
Yeah, here we go. I mean, like, that just screams, goddamn, Dak is crazy. He's going to have you're probably going to have to pay the most for Dak you ever paid.
Yeah, for real. Because he's coming off of a healthy year. Because, for the most part, this is what he does. When he has a full healthy year, then he gets drafted high. Then every time he has the injured year, everyone fucking hates him. And we get him for cheap. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't think people are ignorant to what his weapons are and how the offense is gonna, be basically putting points on the board.
I love Dak.
Yeah.
In fantasy, in reality, I hate him.
Yeah. I mean, I just think it's just it's you know what you're getting with Dak. So I feel like you got to put respect on his name there. So I got him at 6. Number 7. Peacock's not going to like this one, but I got to give him his due. I mean, he showed a lot down the stretch last year, and I'm buying the hype. T-Law, baby. The bald wonder. Trevor Lawrence, the bald wonder. Yep, Trevor Lawrence, man. Best hairpiece in the NFL. Never Lawrence. He balled out, though, exactly. And he's got weaponry, man. That's what I'm really liking about this Trevor Lawrence for fantasy situation, that he's got 3 very strong receivers in Parker Washington, who is one of my favorite breakout candidates in the middle rounds. And you got BTJ still over there. They don't seem to be intent on trading him, even though I think that might not be the worst idea. But they said T-Law's – yeah, right. He's been working on his deep ball accuracy this offseason. And if he could get a little better in that regard, that should help BTJ shake back. And then Jacoby, my baloney, has a first name Myers, is still over there. They actually – extended him out, so he's a very strong slot presence. And then Britton Strange at tight end. You got plenty of weapons over there. Travis Hunter will even mix in there at times, assuming he's healthy. So there's no lack of weapons there. But the thing I think, the reason why I like T-Law to be similar to last year, if not even better, is because Liam Cohen. Man, Liam Cohen is one of the best offensive minds in the NFL. He saw what he did with Baker, and he was doing it with T-Law last year. I think he wherever he
was
goes, the
he was part of the
QB
staff
is
with
destined to put up big
Stafford.
numbers.
He was part of the staff with Stafford and
Yep.
when they
Yeah,
played the Super Bowl too.
Exactly. I just feel like wherever he goes, he's one of those offensive minds that like he's you'd have to put him. I mean, he's not in the Shanahan McVay class just yet, but I mean, he's in that, I'd say, that second tier, you know, that next tier below them as far as guys that are true difference makers as far as a play caller, where like wherever they go, the offense takes a step up. And so I'm thinking T-Loss. And another reason why I think things are trending in his favor too is that with Asian out of there, the running game is a little uncertain. So I think the passing game there is going to be the focal point there. The defense is solid. Yes. Ashton, the Cajun way. Ashton, Travis Ashton. Yep. Got to keep it Cajun, Shad. That's what he wants to be known as. He's back home.
Question right now. That's a very good point. The run game is in question because we don't know technically who is going to be the running back. I mean, obviously, I would say it's going to be Basil Tootin, but at the same time, we don't know if that run game is going to be any kind of good. But we know they're going to throw it a fuck ton because Liam Combs, that's what he's in it for. You know what I mean? Every QB he's been with putting up gaudy numbers in the pass game.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's why I think I think he's going to be a very very stout fantasy option once again. And so I don't think who's that?
I can see a lot of picks too.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, he might lead the league in picks, but it won't matter if he throws for 35 tugs and over 4,500
we're not mad at it.
Yeah. We are not mad at it.
Bring back the garbage time. Bring back garbage time Jags. Let's go. Bring them back. Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking this whole time. I'm like, man, this is gonna be great for fantasy, having Trevor Lawrence that fourth quarter garbage time.
Let's go. Bring it back. Bring back the spirit of Blake Bortles.
Although, they're totally two opposite individuals. Like,
yeah.
Bortles is such a cool person, and like Trevor Lawrence is like, who the fuck is this guy?
He's trying to hide being bald. He's faking
the hair piece.
Long, luscious, luxurious blonde hair. Liar.
One of these days, he's gonna get his hair and get tugged in the game, and it's gonna come out. They're like, "Oh my god, hair!"
Right, and he's gonna go. See, like, why wouldn't you want to go into your Lex Luthor era, right? Just fucking cut it off, bald. I always, if I knew LeBron, I would tell LeBron that too. Like, go into your Jordan age. You know what I mean? You feel me? Just take it all down over here, rocking the thing.
There was one time where he cut it a lot shorter. He was damn near bald, and he did that thing where he walked in and he was like, I was like, God damn, LeBron. I was like,
you'd think with all his money he'd fix that.
Yeah, and it's probably because he doesn't want to go all the way bald because he had but he looks just like Jordan, and it's like he wants to say he's the GOAT and have his own legacy and all that.
Too? Doesn't he wear 23?
But yeah, he wears 23 though. Yeah, so it's
just get into your Jordan phase.
Yeah, completely bald, bro.
Yeah,
because he's had a receding hairline since he was like 20 years old.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I mean all that growth hormone. Actually,
I'm afraid of the barber. I've been to the barber outside of the military. And as an adult, I've been to the barber probably like less than 2 handful of times in my entire life.
Word.
Yeah, ever since I got out of the military, I was like, nah, I ain't going back over there.
Yeah, fuck all that. Fuck all that.
Oh yeah, because they were making you cut your hair, right? You have to wear it short.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you have to have they have they call them regs, and then like, so if you're out of regulation, then you can get like reprimanded and stupid shit. They could tell you to go like fucking power wash the sidewalk.
I used to reprimand people that used to bring regs around me. I mean,
yeah, great. But yeah, we got Jalen Hurts coming in at number 8. This is one where I didn't really know where to rank Hurts because I'll be real, he is not someone I'm targeting this year. He's on my avoids list for sure.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, it's one of those things. I feel like with his rushing, he's got enough of a floor to where I got it. He's actually finished, fun fact, QB8 the past 2 years. So I'm figuring, why not throw him in at 8? QB8. That's about what he is. I think that's what people need to realize is that we need to stop drafting Jalen Hurts as if he's a top 5 option at the position because he's not. He just doesn't offer enough as a passer. So I think if his ADP drops a little bit, maybe I'd have a few shares. But at his current ADP, not fucking with him because I would rather Dak, T-Law, and you could make a case even like a Caleb Williams, Justin Herbert, Brock Purdy. You can make a case for all those over Jalen Hurts because they all offer more passing upside. Jalen Hurts has by far the least passing upside among these top 12 QBs. And so because of that, I'm not ranking him very high here. I initially had him at 6. I'm like, oh yeah, Jalen Hurts. He always gets his numbers. But when I really looked at the numbers, I mean, they just weren't there. They weren't there. So I had to drop him a little bit compared to consensus because while he's not like a bad option as a QB1, he's not an elite option. And he's someone that if you're not getting him in single QB, if you're not getting him as like the 8th to 10th round range, then it's like it's not worth it. People that have taken him up around where they're taking like JD5, Dak, I'm just like, or Dak is actually a good bit lower on the ADP than JD5, but I feel like Hurts kind of tends to go in between there somewhere, and that's where I'm just kind of like I'd rather just keep stacking my depth than going with someone like a Hurts because I know they added some new weapons there, but they lost A.J. Brown and their run-first offense. I think they're going to get more back to their roots as far as like just really emphasizing Saquon in that run game. So, yeah, I got Hurts at 8, but I don't even really feel that good about it because I'm worried that Philly is just they could end up a total shit show this year. There's some rumors that Hurts, that there's doubts if he's really the long-term solution at the position. And so I think because of all those factors, I'm like, I ain't fucking with him as anything more than like a mid to low QB1.
All right. Well, I am
we got Papa Guru up in here.
Oh, what's up?
What's going on,
Papa?
Oh, man.
You got here right in
trying
the
to
middle
get those
of it.
damn tickets listed.
I got you. What's up, Kitteh?
No, I was just noticing that like he came in right as we're like getting in the middle of it, like the space of like the halfway point. It's like these next group of 8 are definitely going to be the targets that if I was playing a single quarterback league, that I'd definitely be in this range. Everybody else beforehand, right. I probably would be okay with seeing taking off the board and handling my business with whoever else is left. I mean, there's so many quarterbacks now that I think there's only probably like 3 teams that don't really have a guy that's gonna, if barring injury, is gonna be the guy for 16, 17 weeks.
What's going on, Lee?
What's going on, Papa G?
So, Spencer, you doing the quarterbacks today, huh?
Yeah, doing that. And yeah, I agree, kid. It's one of those deals where in a single QB, they can have the Stallions and the Drake Mays and the Lamars of the world because at that point, I'm trying to load up on wide receivers, and it's a very deep position, but we're going. I know a lot of y'all DJs play super flex, and so that's a big reason why this is important to nail down these QB rankings because in those super flex joints, we got to know where to value these QBs. And so at number 9 here, we got Caleb Williams, who I think Caleb could be higher. I might have him a little low, but I think with Caleb, he did lose DJ Moore. Not that that's a huge loss or anything, but I think the thing with Caleb we have to realize is that in Ben Johnson's offense, they run it a lot. Like they want to run the football over there. Where with Jacksonville, the reason I have T-Law over Caleb is because with Jacksonville, I think they're going to probably throw it a little more. And so they're going to lean a little more on T-Law or Caleb. I think with the running game over there, the way Ben Johnson likes a more balanced attack, I think for fantasy, Caleb has a little bit less upside, but I still think he'll finish top 10 at the position and is someone that if he slips a little bit, I would definitely wouldn't mind having him as my QB1.
Yeah, for sure. I'm trying to save this league, Steamboat. So if you're out there, Diamond Joe, I'm taking pictures of the screen. I never exited on my computer, so the time clock is still going, and all the names and the bids are headed your way.
Hell yeah! All right, Lee. You ready for this? Number 10, Justin Herbert.
Hey,
How you feeling? How you feeling, Lee? You think he's going to finish top 10 in fantasy this year?
I think he's going to be a top 6 quarterback. If all said and done with an offensive line, last year he was running for his life. This year, hopefully he's not. But the only thing is, I don't see him rushing like he did last year.
Okay, but I think the passing numbers will improve a little bit.
They're going to
right?
go up. They're going up. Yeah, I think they're going up.
Okay, yeah, with Mike McDaniel over there now, that should definitely help boost the passing numbers. And
But I also see that run game being huge this year too.
Yeah, that O-line, I mean, if that O-line's healthy, I mean, with Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater, I mean, he should have plenty of time to throw. And even if they run it more and his rushing drops a little bit, I think with the weapons over there, they got some young weapons there that could do good. Hopefully Trey Harris can take a step forward. And that young tight end, I think, is pretty legit, the Gaston.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, QJ, he showed something last year. I know he's annoying with the drops, but he's very much
He
of a
only
downfield
had 2
threat.
drops last year.
Okay, yeah, he's like, I mean, if anything, he might be like
I called him Butterfingers.
an upgrade. I think QJ might be a better version of Big Mike Williams.
Yeah.
And then Live McConkey.
He doesn't have the contested catches like Mike Williams, but
We all know-
that reminds me of.
We know
And then Live McConkey's a new Keenan Allen, but
drops can be kind of disputed as far as how they track them. You know, I don't trust those drop stats a lot of times. You know, one guy, they say the guy dropped it, and the other guy says, well, it really wasn't that easy of a catch. We're not counting it as a drop, even though you look at it and you felt like he should have caught it. So the drop stats, to me, is sometimes a little deceptive. But looking at the rankings, Spencer, I see the one that I'm a little bit would kind of ask you about is having Drake May second. I mean, who are his weapons? Does he
AJ Brown and Romeo Dobbs, they added weapons for him.
I forgot about AJ Brown. Yeah, he got AJ Brown back, but I didn't think his.
What's up, Pops?
I didn't realize the cat was down here. Hey, Tina. Shout out to Cat, man.
What's Romeo Dobbs? What did he do last year?
At the house here.
Romeo.
I didn't realize she was down there. I feel bad. Let me let the cat out. I'll be right back, y'all. He was with Green Bay still last year.
Yeah, and Romeo
He wasn't that good last year.
Hey, Papa Guru, you want to know what he did last year, right?
Yeah.
He had, let's see, he had 85 targets, 55 receptions for 724 yards.
Yeah, I mean, that's okay.
He had 6 touchdowns.
It's nothing special. I mean, I'm still a little bit leery about rating Drake May as the number 2 fantasy. But that's where we all, if you don't like him, then you hope somebody else picks him, and you ain't got to worry about him. Let somebody else take him.
Mm-hmm.
But what you think of Drake May, Bogey?
I think he's in the Matrix.
Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah,
he's still in the Matrix. Damn.
Man, his thing is always freezing up, huh? Seems
The Matrix has been getting the best of him today. I switched computers today, and thankfully it's been going good. My other computer, the past few times I've hopped on, has been giving me a lot of trouble, or a lot of times I'd have to switch to my phone midway through, but I'm on my work computer today, and this baby's been holding it down. So I'm glad about that.
Since I've always used a computer now, I've almost never had an issue with that.
You're on that new computer now, right?
Yeah,
you're not still on that old one. Okay.
Oh, no, that thing. No, that's
okay. I figured you switched over by now. I had forgotten because for a while you're using that old Dell. I was like, are you ever gonna get rid of that?
In 3 years. That's 3 years, more than 3 years ago. But what I used to do is I'd go on through my phone.
Oh, okay.
Lee sent me the links to my regular computer email, so I just do everything through the computer, and it just works so much better.
Oh, we got two bogeys. We got regular bogey and bogey in the Matrix. Let me remove bogey in the Matrix.
I have bogey from the future to warn you guys in the past.
All right, future bogey. What's the word?
Yeah, we were saying, bogey, your thing always seems like lately it always messes up on you. So
I mean, it became like a run-on joke early on. This goes back to like 2020. Like, I'd be like, oh no, I'm in the Matrix. And then, like, we started making Bogey in the Matrix shirts. And it's just like, now I'm just, people ask me, where are you from? I'm just going to start telling them the Matrix. Hey, bro, where are you from, bro? From the Matrix.
I was telling Spencer, since I use my computer now instead of the phone, remember when I used to use the phone? It seemed like after a while I'd start getting that.
Yep.
And y'all be like, oh, you need to get out and come back or something. Like that
right.
phone always mess up. When my computer's been great. I've never had an issue hardly with that. And Lee had sent me all the links right to my computer email, so it's so easy for me now.
Right.
But
all right, Bogey. Good timing, B.
Lee got him.
All right, what I wanted to ask Bogey.
What's that?
Well, I don't know if you heard me. You did, Spencer. Is to see what Bogey has to say about Drake May.
He was cool with him too. We already discussed that.
Because that's the one that I kind of question a little bit. The rest of them seem pretty, pretty good. But that one,
we broke down the numbers. I mean, last year Drake
with the Drake May thing because
he had a great rating. The way I evaluate quarterback play, he was right up there. But as far as fantasy is where I question him more than his actual quarterback play because they don't always go hand in hand.
Fantasy. Well, I know, but for fantasy, he had the volume and the efficiency and the rushing. He had it all for fantasy.
Josh McDaniels, and then now you add two notable upgrades at receiver.
Isn't their rushing game supposed to be pretty good? They got Stevenson and who's the other guy that
Papa Goo might be in the Matrix.
When you're in a Josh McDaniels offense, you're gonna throw at running backs even on early downs too.
Or maybe I'm in the Matrix.
Everything's an extension of Drake May. And then not to mention,
they throw to both backs a decent amount.
I think we're going to see his legs become more of a luxury than not this year.
You're not in the Matrix, Spencer. You don't hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, I can't hear Spencer now.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
I've always felt that in comparison.
Hey, all right, testing.
Sir. I hear a lot of Drake May and Josh Allen, especially his rookie, in the draft and his rookie. Again. I think he's more comparable to Herbert when Herbert is at his best, and May is probably a more refined Herbert in his later career. May has got the potential to be pretty special, I think, especially if the Patriots can provide continuous runs in the playoffs where he can have an opportunity for a Super Bowl or two. We might be talking about this kid.
Yeah. Where'd you have that?
Yeah, facts.
I hate to ask you this because it's kind of changing the subject. That running back, that rookie for New England from last year.
Henderson.
You have him.
Yeah, I had him at I think 20th among the running backs. So, and then Stevenson. Yeah, Stevenson's still involved. So I had Stevenson, I think, around 30. Yeah, I think that's a nice 1-2 punch, and they both catch a decent bit to where I think that, if anything, helps Drake May that they're both receiving threats. So
and
I don't really
fantasy, that RB20 is sneaky good because of the cluster that you get at that position.
Because that's when a lot of that's where there's kind of a tier break at the position, and so if I miss out on like the Ken Walkers of the world, then I'm like, fuck it, just give me a Travion Henderson. I'm
Yeah,
cool
you'll
with
still
that
get
as my
like
RB2.
the way that they cluster up at the end of the season, the running back numbers. I'm plenty comfortable with searching for the RB2s in the drafts. It's no big thing for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Lee,
All right, Bogey. Perfect
sir.
timing, Bogey. We got. All right, go ahead.
Lee, you might be a little biased, but weren't you even talking about Herbert as a possible MVP candidate?
Yeah, that was, but you know what?
Yeah, Lee had said top
Everyone
He does
6.
that every year.
Everyone's entitled to their own opinions. Everyone has their own rankings.
Oh no,
and I'm fine with that.
I know, but I don't think.
Well,
you're
what
just
makes
like-
Lee? All right, Ears. Well, let's go down the list. What makes Ears? What makes you think that Herbert is going to finish above Dak, T-Law, Hurts, and Caleb?
I'm not, because he doesn't have the wide receivers that Dak Prescott has.
Well, I thought you had him
When
at
you come to
QB6.
yard-wise,
You said.
if you're looking at yard-wise, right? I'm gonna say Dak over Herbert any day because of what Dak has in Pickens, and he also has in CD.
Well, hold on. But see, hold on. Why aren't you
But
defending
so
Herbert?
you're cool with him at as QB10 then? I thought you had said you had him at
I would have,
QB6.
if I was gonna do a personal rank, I would have Herbert about 7 or 8. That's where I'd have him. But I'm
All
fine
right,
with
so
defending
what makes him? All right, Jalen Hurts. Why would you rather Herbert over Jalen Hurts? Because I almost ranked Herbert over Jalen Hurts. It was a close call for me. Yeah, I think I might too. So what's your case for Herbert over Jalen? You might be able to convince me to make a switch
I'm
or
gonna
route.
throw in for this year. I'm gonna say because of Mike McDaniels. That's prison one.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna
Yeah.
say the weapons he has, and I think Trey Harris produces. Now also he has what's it? We look. Hurts has what? He has technically Devontae Smith, and he has Mekhi Lemon now, and then
And
he
Dallas
has,
Goddard.
and
He
Dallas
still has
Goddard.
Dallas Goddard.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and you got Herbert's got McConkey, Quentin Johnson, Trey Harris, also
Gaston.
and you got
Njoku,
and
Chief.
Joku. So to me, it's almost even, but I just threw in the Mike McDaniel happening effect for a year. That's the only reason why. Other than that,
Yeah.
I'm fine with your ranking.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Hurts has a new play caller too, which I think
Sean
could
Mannion.
help. Sean
The cool
Mannion,
thing
yeah.
about Herbert, Herbert's going to transition fairly well because he comes from Oregon and they did all that goofy shit that McDaniels does.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah, McDaniel's definitely one of those play callers that helps boost the stock of anyone in his offense for fantasy. So, yeah, I could definitely see Herbert making that jump. I might actually drop Hurts down to QB10. I might bump Caleb and Herbert over Hurts because I don't know, Hurts, I just don't have much
If you look
confidence.
at Caleb Williams, he's got a hell of a young squad. He's got some
I
weapons
do
a little
like
bit.
Caleb Williams.
Yeah,
I ain't
Luther
gonna lie.
Burden, Colston Loveland,
There's
Roma
yeah.
Dunes. Yeah, fuck
The
it.
running
We're
game
doing
is
it. We're
definitely
doing it.
active over there too,
Hurts
though,
is
for
a little
sure.
short on targets, isn't he? Like good receivers.
Well, he's
Yeah, they
missing-
did draft. They also drafted that Eli Stowers kid, but they just
but they
he
say
just
so far
doesn't.
He's having a hard time.
They just
learning the
rookie
offense.
tight ends a lot of times don't blossom right away. I mean, even Loveland last year, as good as he was, it took him until the second half to really break out. So
And the guy,
yeah, I'm gonna drop Hurts down to 10.
the
Y'all
guy
sold me.
kind of
Yeah, Hurts is not a lot to like, really.
Yeah, no, exactly. So, which shit, this might be the theme. How far will Hurts drop? Because coming in at 11, we've got
Push or
The Brock
the
says.
quarterback's name.
Brock Purdy coming in at number 11, and he's got some new weapons this year. They got Mike Evans, Christian Kirk. They drafted a new weapon for them. Who's that rookie they drafted? Kitteh, I feel like would know it. Oh, it's Stribling, DeJean Stribling.
Oh yeah. Stribling, and then you got Christian McCaffrey, which you could throw.
Yeah, CMC. Yeah, you obviously can't forget CMC. Yeah,
Purdy's big deal is availability. He's been hurt a lot, hadn't he? The last couple of years. Seems like
I think the year before he was in there last year, he missed like half the season.
Yeah, he because he sticks in there and tries to finish the play.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You might admire it, but you still got to be healthy enough to be on the field.
He played 16 games in 23 and then 15 and 24. So, I mean, other than last year, his availability's been pretty solid. I mean, he missed like 2 games, but I mean that's not much in the grand scheme.
What about 20? What did he do in 20?
Last year's the only year where he missed it.
No, I mean 23. Was he hurt in 23?
No, 23. He played all the games in 23. He only missed one, and that was because they clinched, I think.
Oh, he got hurt.
He played the full
Bad
season
playoffs.
in 23.
That one year he got hurt in a playoff game. Remember, early in the playoff.
Yeah, I think that was his rookie year, right? 22, I think, is when that happened.
Didn't he get hurt against the
Or was that 20? Or that may have been 23. I don't know. But yes, he did. In the NFC Championship. Yeah, that was when CMC had to basically be like the quarterback because it was like they had nothing else.
I'm probably being a little hard on him based on last year, I guess. Saying he was.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of. I mean,
a lot of what happened last year was Mac Jones was handling his business, so they were able to keep Brock back longer than like if Mac Jones was fumbling and doing all sorts of stupid shit.
Yeah, he was.
Brock Purdy would have been out
there.
there.
A solid.
Yeah, they were probably overly cautious with Purdy last year because of Mac Jones holding it down so well.
They still have him.
Yeah,
because they
some
want
teams
for him.
Teams were trying to trade for him, but they wanted too much, so he's still over there.
Yeah, I would have thought somebody would have tried to get him as a number one.
Yeah, I think the Jets, Minnesota, Miami, a lot of teams, Arizona, a bunch of teams were interested.
Point of the season, it's a little bit late in the game for him.
It's going to take an injury. Someone's going to have an injury. Like if the Jets lose Geno, I could see y'all swooping in and trying to make a trade to salvage the season. Since Aaron Glenn's on the hot seat.
I haven't heard anything on the legal stuff that he was kind of facing, so that's a good thing. Geno's probably going to be playing for the Jets.
Yeah, Geno just got pulled over for speeding not long ago, too.
It's been a rough offseason for him. Re-signing with the Jets causing a lot of extra stress on Geno's part. He's spiraling, man. I don't know. Y'all might have to trade for Mac Jones.
He's just comfortable with the surroundings. He's been there before.
We're not trading Mac Jones.
Well, yeah, the Brock bogey, breaking news. The Brock just slid into the rankings here at number 11. What are your thoughts?
I like it
Purdy?
because, I mean, you add Mike Evans, and theoretically, if Mike Evans is upright and just this whole team, if they're healthy, it's going to be a fun fantasy squad because Mike Evans adds anywhere from 6 to 8 passing touchdowns for the Brock. He's already been a 25 passing touchdown guy to 30, right?
Yeah,
that's already been his range on the
I
regular.
I was questioning his availability a little bit because of last year,
but you can say that about any of these QBs.
Yeah, well, and then you got George Kitteh. Is he going to be healthy this year?
Yeah.
I think he might be there week 1.
Remember, that's Kitteh's sleeper tight end.
Yeah, we talked about Kittle last week and how I had Kittle as tight end 15, but I mean, if things keep trending the right direction, I could easily see myself moving him or tight end a 10. I meant to say,
and I still like Ricky a great deal as a receiver. You add Christian Kirk for just to add more depth to that receiver room. And then you have Christian McCaffrey, who's a do-it-all. I love the Brock. You know what I mean?
Who's y'all's top 2 receivers?
Mike Evans.
That's right. Y'all got
and Ricky.
Yeah,
Ricky
Mike Evans and Ricky.
Okay.
Yeah.
What happened to the other guy that I kind of liked, and he didn't really do too much last year? Jennings?
Yeah, he's
Minnesota. Signed with Minnesota. Yeah. They basically Christian Kirk they brought in to essentially replace him.
Yeah, and then for what it's worth, it's a well balanced team, and we don't have the greatest defense on paper. We didn't last year, you know what I mean? And so we were in a ton of fucking shootouts, you know what I mean? So
Saleh left. Yeah, Saleh went to Tennessee. So the new DC over there now.
Raheem Morris. I love that.
Oh, that's good. I think Raheem Morris would be an upgrade. So that's good.
Personnel wise, on paper, you know what I mean? Like we're a little lacking, right? We don't have too much star power. We don't, and our stars are getting older and or coming off ACL.
They could trade for Max Crosby.
That's what I'm saying.
Because we have Fred Warner's coming off injury, Nick Bosa's coming off injury. Yeah.
In about 3 weeks, I'll have to start brushing up on my football.
You're lying, Papa.
Well, you're doing it right now. You're on the early ranking show. You're already getting started.
Oh, shout out to my man Derek. I like my man Derek. He gave me. I like my boy Derek. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's fired up about his Cowboys. That's for sure.
Derek.
Well, he's
that dude, man.
Salute to Derek.
Yep, salute, man. Salute. Yes, indeed. So here we go, y'all. QB 12. This one was a tough one for me because it's hard for me to want to rank someone that's barely played over an OG, but I ended up going with the young guy here, and he's just, it's hard for me he's just kind of unlikable. He just seems like kind of a douche, but for fantasy, it's like, I think he's going to put up some serious numbers, and that's Jackson Dart. Got Jackson Dart coming in at number 12. I know Malik Neighbors, there's some questions about his week 1 availability, but thing with Jackson Dart, he can also do it as a runner. And with Harbaugh coming in over there, Harbaugh usually helps. Wherever he goes, it usually tends to be pretty good. I think last year is more of an exception than the norm. I think the Ravens were kind of foolish for giving up on him after that year because most years under Harbaugh, his teams are very good and put up good numbers. And so Jackson Dart, talk about availability concerns. Last year, he was put himself in harm's way a good bit, but I'm thinking with Harbaugh coaching him up, that should help him play smarter. And I think even though he'll be reined in a little bit, I still think he'll be able to do enough to put up strong enough numbers if he can stay upright, to be a back-end QB1 for fantasy.
It'd be interesting to see if Jackson Dart can change that shit with his way he goes down. If he can I think he'll be fine. If not,
dangerous.
That's a scary thing.
That's just what I was going to say, Lee, and I don't know that he's going to be able to change that.
I'm being honest. I don't think he's going to.
That's just the way he plays.
He plays with a mentality. It's like no fear. But we saw his availability last year when he did that, and it was not there for us fans.
I know, but I get all that.
He's still young, and all it takes is a little experience, and that can
he's got an experience. Yeah, I'm about to say the experienced coach. I think will help rein him in. Having an experienced coach like Harbaugh, I think will do wonders for that kid. Assuming he's coachable. If he's not coachable, if he's more worried about jumping off yachts than he is about learning the new mindset of football, and he probably won't do well. But the hope is that by the time training camp gets going, he'll be fully locked in. Because so far this offseason, there's been some red flags for sure.
If they're going to stay competitive, it's because of that defense that they've got.
You can run.
That formula is stop anybody from scoring and actually maybe score on defense with the pass rush and then guys that can maybe recover a fumble or, take it to the house after that. I could totally see that actually being the game plan. They're like, hey, we're going to beat him on defense. We're going to score a touchdown today, defense, okay? It's gonna be
because if Dart throws a bunch of pick sixes, they're gonna need the defense to step up, and they got a lot of new additions.
They're set up to do well against the quarterbacks that are in that division too. Actually, Jaden Daniels does match up pretty well against the Giants, which is why that division is so interesting to me, because if Dart does make that leap and Daniels goes back to doing his thing, damn, we're talking the North and the East and the NFC being ridiculous.
Yeah, that's all 4 East QBs being in the top 12.
On the top end, you guys, the Cardinals, they don't exist in my NFL.
Well, but still though, there's 3 out of those 4.
Yeah, for sure. NFC is crazy.
there's a way that Dart can
I'm
run,
not
but he's
trying to
got to
like
learn to
six
run
49ers,
smart.
but I just, we're still one of those teams that just pulls things together.
Yeah, you still have Christian McCaffrey, so
Yeah.
that means a lot.
And then we got Mike Evans. Look at it.
Hey, you might be able to get some touchdowns, just like little corner route touchdowns.
Bogey Evans might be over the hill. He's on the downslide.
Well, he has the body control though. Like he's like I think he's consistently and currently in that top group of body control receivers. Yeah. And the size that he possesses, it beats a lot of defensive backs.
Just Evans is at that point where receivers usually start declining.
He doesn't need to run more than a 4.7, 4.8.
Is he not the same? How much older is he than Devontae Adams right now?
Well, Devontae Adams,
months, I think.
Devontae Adams is more now just like a goal line receiver. He just catches all these little short touchdowns.
Is that not Mike Evans?
Y'all gonna need Ricky to really step it up this year. Y'all are really relying on Ricky.
These are a lot of mid-range, perfect for Brock though.
Yeah.
And then McCaffrey could just like
I'll be right back.
Totally get that swing and make the defenders trip up and that team is. You're right, Bogey. They're gonna be dangerous. Seattle's. I don't know if they're going to be. I think they're going to actually regress.
They had like the number 2 defense.
They're going to regress big time.
They had a top 5 defense.
In my opinion.
What is Evans? 32, 33?
I mean, you got me right now. Off the top of my head, I know he's
been around a long time. I know that.
Mike Evans, I can tell you that. Hold on.
He was a 2014 draft class guy.
Okay.
So he is, I'm pretty sure
he's got to be pushing 32, 33 then.
Like
Mike
30.
Evans, I'll tell you here. He is. This is he's going into his 13th year. He's 32.9 years.
So he'll be 33.
Yeah, he'll be 33. Going into the season, he'll be 33.
Cool. I'm not mad at it. I mean, just if he can stay healthy.
Dart's got a. What I would say about Dart, you can run, but there's a way you can run smart.
Exactly.
You can't run with the idea that I'm going to just take the linebacker on. You go down when the linebacker's there. You don't try to run over the linebacker.
Check this out, Pops. You got John Harbaugh there who was, he spent all them years with Lamar. And, he kind of had the shape of Lamar into being that same kind of have that same type of mentality as well. Like, Like, hey, man, to just, run smarter. So, and I think they're gonna help the kid out. They're gonna run the ball heavy and try to help that kid Jackson Dart. It's like another rookie year to me for him.
How is Scatterboo after that terrible ankle injury he had?
He's from Sac, so he's all right. They built him different than Sac.
Okay, saying he'll be 100% for this year.
Maybe not 100% early.
Okay.
Yeah, but like he got hurt fairly early too.
Because that was a scary injury there, man.
And like, here's a good thing: is like he had got the surgery quick, and then it wasn't too much far after we saw him. At WrestleMania. So it was like a couple months later. He was like standing up, but like he still had the little scooter thing to move around so he can stay off the ankle. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But all things considered, him getting hurt that early and getting it surgically repaired early, and his timeline is projected to for week 1. So training camp's gonna say it all, because if he's like doing shit on the side by himself, then it's like, oh, okay. But if he's already in there with like the 7-on-7s and all shit like that, you're like, oh shit, here we go, because he's gonna be a value this year, and that team has a good defense. Usually goes hand in hand with a good run game, especially if you're John Harbaugh, who's actually going to try to win games this year. He ain't trying to like, all right, we're going to spend this year trying to get our feet under us. No, he's going,
Harbaugh's at a point. He wants to win. He's getting old. He don't want to.
Exactly. So, and that starts with running the ball. He's old school too. Run the ball, play defense. So that's Scatterbo. He went through this NFL draft unscathed. Everyone thought they were going to get Julian Love. He didn't even Julian Love. What's his name? Jeremiah Love. He didn't even fall to them. So you know what I mean? Like they didn't even get a chance to get a Jeremiah Love. So Scatterbo, you know what I mean? I'm excited for the kid. Do I think he's gonna be 100%? But we're gonna get him at a good value. It mitigates the risk. We're not spending up some high draft capital to go acquire.
Yeah, I hope he can stay healthy because, boy, that, like I said, that was a scary injury there.
Yeah.
I was worried when it happened the way it looked like, man, that could maybe be almost like one of those deals where you might not ever get fully over it or something.
I mean, but then again, too, I remember Dak holding his own leg and bang. Remember that?
Yeah,
that
was.
And that looked bad too, just like that. But Dak came back. Yeah, and of course, Spencer had pointed this out earlier. He hasn't never really been running like that.
Yeah, it's a little easier for a quarterback to overcome that.
The cause for concerns to hear. So yeah, is he gonna be able to do all the running and cutting and things of that nature? I'm pretty sure. He's a young kid too. Kid's young. You know what I mean? He was only a rook last year, so I tend to not be scared with some of these injuries, especially like shit like that where it was just like a clean dislocation or whatever it was. Like there was no ligament damage or shit like that for Scatterbo, you know what I mean?
Well, what happened with Spencer? He's not there now.
He will be right back, right? Oh no.
Yeah. I just had a phone call.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be right back. But.
Yeah.
No, we were talking about Spencer. Yeah, I'll be back.
Crooked Commission says Cam was already slow, so it's not like he can't get any slower.
Come on. Cam. But is Cam going to beat people up still, really?
Yeah, that's true.
Which Cam is he talking about?
Cam Scatterbo, the running back.
Oh, the running back. Okay.
Yeah.
When I hear Cam, you know who I think.
You think Cam? You can do Cam Ward, or you can think Cam Scatterbo.
I think Cam Newton because I had to deal with him for a long time. And I always thought he was one of the more overrated quarterbacks. He was a pretty good runner, but he was not really a good passer. He was always kind of shaky as a passer. If he had to beat you with his arms, he wasn't a very accurate passer. But the next one on Spencer's list, I see they got it scrolling, is the one I'm interested in hearing about because I think people are still overrating him. They rate him.
Oh, one of my rivals.
Because he was phenomenal his first 5 years, but his last 3 years, he has not been an elite quarterback.
Papa Goo, I think you get my thoughts on that next person. Hey, if he doesn't, he's not going to use his legs right this year. If he does, it'll be in the second half of the season. But the man with his arms, he's going to be the same person. So I think part's going to be
Spencer's
fun.
got him ranked about right. Spencer's got him at 13, so I think that's about where he should.
I think that's great value too. That is excellent value for Patrick Mahomes. Good call it.
This is an important year for Mahomes because he's had 3 years where he is.
And he just got paid. And he just got the bet. He just got paid again with a new contract too.
Right. And he's had 3 years in a row where he has not played at an elite level. And he was phenomenal.
But 3 years ago, he was MVP.
Exactly.
So
the first 5 or 6 years, he was.
And last year, he got hurt. So, and this was the weirdest thing is like we saw them those 2 years out of the last 3, minus last year because he got hurt. The 2 years prior to that, they were definitely like playing really good defense. It was weird. Like all of a sudden,
their defense carried them. Their defense carried.
Yeah, and they're playing this reigning MVP. They had the reigning MVP, and then they lost Kelsey early that year on his reigning MVP year, and they were just like a dink and dunk offense. Now and all the common denominator with all those years too, Eric Bieniemy was gone, so now he's back as their OC. I like that a lot because you know who was there? Matt fucking Nagy. You know where Matt Nagy's at now? Over there with Jackson fucking Dart. You know what I mean? Like Yeah, so like I do like Mahomes a lot this year to have a bounce back, like a really big bounce back, because especially coming out the ACL, he's gonna have to stand in that pocket and shred more. Like I like Mahomes a lot this year.
I mean, I'm not writing the man off. I'm just saying it's an important year for him because he hasn't been as good the last 3 years as he had been before.
Yeah, and I think it's a credit. A lot of it goes to the absence of Eric Bieniemy, because him and Bieniemy, that's when they had an MVP year together. They had 2 MVP years together. You know what I mean? And like he's had 2 5,000-yard passing. Oh no, he's had 1 5,000-yard passing season under him already, right? Do I got that right? I know he's had
2 5,000 yards in.
No. He only had. I think he had 1.
What?
Because he had 4,900 at one point, or 48. And
he had 5,000. I'm looking at in 2018. He had 5,097.
Oh, so he did have 2
when he threw 50, and then he had 52 in 2022.
Yeah,
that was his last really.
That's what he did twice. He did.
That was his last, what I call an elite season. Was 2022.
Yeah, hell yeah. That was the MVP season I was talking about.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said. His last 3 years, he has been more of a like a say between
defensive minded team, running the ball, dink and dunk. I mean, what you gonna do, right? Like when it was working, and then
everything is like his yards per attempt is way down the last 3 years. His touchdown to interception is way down the last 3 years.
I'm talking about Mahomes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Mahomes. For those that didn't see in the ticker there, I had Mahomes coming in at QB 13.
Yeah, I think I love, like, say if the world is drafting him in this manner, right? I love this because I feel like he's a lock for a tier jumper if he just stays healthy all year, right? And his weapons, for what that is, Rice and Kelsey and whoever the fuck else they scrape up. That's all he needs, really.
He'll be 31 this year, so he should be in the prime of his career right now. He should be set to have as good a years as he's ever had at that age. I mean, that's the perfect years for a quarterback, your early 30s. You got the experience, and you're not really old yet, so he's set up. If he's ready, this is a year where he could be due for a big year.
Hey, he's gonna have he's gonna be juiced up on all kind of peptides and all kind of HGHs coming off that surgery. He's gonna be good to go.
Yeah. It's just, the rushing probably won't be what it has been the past few years, because that's something that he's actually been pretty good at. Even though his passing has dipped the past years, his rushing, he's had a nice rushing floor, where with that injury, though, his rushing numbers are set to take a dip.
Yeah, and they brought in Ken Walker.
Yeah, that's why I got him just outside the top 12.
You know what his biggest year for rushing was in his career?
Last year.
Mm-hmm.
He had 0 run game.
Yeah.
He's actually had a very, it's weird.
And their offensive line was super bad.
In his whole career.
Horrible.
Listen to how consistent as far as his rushing. His whole, up before last year, his whole career, he's been in the 200 or 300 yard range for rushing every year. And he's been like around two rushing touchdowns a year. He had 2, 4, 0, 2, and 5 last year. Last year he had 400 and something rushing. That's the only year he had more than 300 and something.
Yeah, I want to say he was like number 2 in rushing on that team.
And he averaged 6.6 a rush last year, which is also the highest of his career.
He was getting flushed out of the pocket if he wasn't getting hit. It was crazy. So then then not to mention they started adding hella like design plays for him to run, because it was just like, fuck it, like what are they gonna do? They had to, you know what I mean? They had no run game. I mean, they obviously addressed that with Ken Walker. I don't know if they did too much to their line.
Well, who are his big? He's got Rashid Rice supposedly that's going to be healthy this year, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So he'll have Rashid Rice, who he seemed to have a pretty good connection with. And then Who's his number 2 and 3 receivers?
I mean, Kelsey and Worthy.
Yeah, Kelsey and Worthy, and that's not too shabby.
Yeah, well, Kelsey, you just worry he's getting old. He's kind of at the end, and then Worthy is kind of never really quite lived up to the hype yet.
He was hurt last year too.
Yeah.
So year 3, because year 1 he was going in. I mean, so now you got year 3 Worthy. You got year 4 Rice, who's like just dealing with everything he's been dealing with. You know what I mean? And then same thing with Mahomes. Yeah, so this whole team is like they're all either coming back from injury or Kelsey with his aging.
The thing too, Spencer, with Kelsey, tight ends have a history of being able to perform at pretty high levels, even when he's pretty old. They don't seem to be as affected by the age as much as the wide receivers.
Because especially the bigger tight ends, right? And
it's more like smarter passes over the middle, just knowing how to get open in the coverages. And
like Kelsey is the king of finding that soft spot in that zone.
Yep, exactly.
He's gonna sit right in there in that soft spot and just bloop.
Yeah,
it's like clockwork.
Yeah, this will be an interesting year for Mahomes to see how he how he does. Because he's
PEDs, man. PEDs are awesome.
Fuck it. I'm swapping him and Dart, man. I can't disrespect the baby goat like that. I gotta get Mahomes in the top 12.
Well, because Spencer, you were gone when I pointed this out. Matt Nagy was the OC these last 3 years where it was all bad for Mahomes. You know what I mean? And now they brought back Eric Bieniemy, who was there, who's the OC all those years that Mahomes was the shit. So now look at this. You know where Matt Nagy is at now?
Oh, the Giants. Yeah, damn, man.
Yeah,
oh, shit.
I think we can move. I think we can safely move up Mahomes.
Facts. Okay, and then we might even move up another one over Dart here because I'm about to drop number 14 for y'all, and that's Matthew Stafford, man.
Oh, yeah.
Another OG vet QB, man, that actually was QB3 last year. I mean, shit, I got him lower than what he finished last year just because at his age and his lack of rushing, I don't think there's any way he repeats last year's finish. I think it's safe to say last year is kind of an outlier, considering the 2 years prior, he wasn't even close to being a QB1. He was like a mid to low QB2. But Devontae Adams' addition was huge.
That's what I'm saying. And like it's really Stafford to me. The only thing I ever worry about him is just him being able to stay upright because those are the down years when he's beat up. When he's upright,
Adams, king of the 2 and 3 yard touchdown reception.
He's going.
Yo, that caused Stafford threw for over 40 last year, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, I think he had like 15 of like 3 yards or less.
They all count. They all count for 6 in fantasy.
It's still 6 points in fantasy, whether it's
the thing that's crazy with Stafford is that the 22 he missed half the season, and the last 2 years 23 through 24 tugs, and in the following year 2024 only 20 tugs for the whole season, and then last year he throws for 46 and wins the fucking MVP.
That was
let's go Staffy.
One of his 2 best seasons he's ever had.
I mean, you know what? Listen, call me crazy, but like I would even move. I would flop. I would put Mahomes back where he was. Put Stafford in place of Mahomes, and then keep Dart behind all of them. I would even put Stafford in there back.
Okay, so you'd move Stafford up to 12. Okay.
Yeah,
that's fair. I think I'm gonna keep him. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I could see where you would want that.
But also we do have to factor in Mahomes' injury, the fact that they brought in Ken Walker because he could take away from him down there in the red zone. If you know what I mean. You do have Eric Bieniemy, every time they had Eric Bieniemy, they had a good run game too. So it's no coincidence when they brought in Ken Walker. So yeah, just all things considered, I do like Stafford to. I mean, what if he does regress and it's only like 35 this year? Because he has Adams still. You know what I mean? Adams and Puka, if they're healthy, it's an insane duo. That's the duo that's arguably there's the three duos we talked about today, right? So there's the Cowboys duo, the
Bengals
duo, and then over here
The
in LA,
Rams.
too, like it's
Yeah,
nasty.
the big thing with Stafford is when they get inside the 5, if they willing to try and run the ball in, or if they willing to just keep trying to get all these little short throws for easy little short touchdowns. That really
touchdown.
It's fantasy value.
Here's the thing: is when you had Adams and you had Puka, it just opens up everything. You know what I mean? So that's why you saw Kyron and just waltz in for a few last year. You know what I mean? It happens like that. But you know what I mean? Also, Stafford's a type. You know what I mean? Like if they're down in these games, you'll see him turn it up in fourth quarters and run up hella shit, points for us. You feel me? Like he's just one of those guys. Like it reminds me of like when Tom Brady had Evans and Godwin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like you're at least expecting 40 tugs or even close to 5,000. You know what I mean? Because that's all Brady was over there, right? Stafford's been kind of outside of the touchdowns, and you know what I mean. And that's usually if their run game is taking it away, like you said, Pops. But I'm not scared of that. I'd like him to be the back end QB. It's Sean McVay's offense.
One thing, though, if their team is as good as people are thinking, they might be playing a lot with late leads where he might not have to throw as much late in the games and stuff.
I mean, let's just hope he got those leads off his arm then. You know what I mean?
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Matrix.
You better hope that, because if he doesn't have to throw because they have leads, then
And
it's less production.
Right?
Something happened with Spencer, I guess.
He went to the Matrix. Well, because the StreamYard's been doing this specific thing, and not just on our StreamYard, everybody's podcast that I've been on too. It's like it'll be like where individuals can't hear certain individuals for some reason or
That is weird. I don't understand.
Yeah. So then, so it's like different forms of the Matrix. Shit, like Matrix are trying to take over. It never happens to Lee because he's a robot.
And it hadn't happened to me. It evidently likes my computer. It hadn't been messed.
If I'm on my phone, my phone geeks out quite a bit.
Oh, I won't even.
I'm always on my phone because I haven't used my computer since last year Vegas, because then I broke my microphone cord, and then I just never bought another one since. I should really pop for one because I miss using my laptop and rocking on the mic. You know what I mean? Pause.
Y'all don't ever get Bogey. You remember you used to get where you'd start getting that static
Yeah.
I haven't noticed that, but people just get knocked out now. They don't get the static; they just gone.
I mean, I still get the static, but it's because over here, like today's gonna be 91. So around say I was streaming anywhere from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock. That shit is 91 degrees. You know what I mean? So it's just anytime I'm on, it's just frying my phone. And it just and it does that.
Here it's that hot every day during the summer. We never ever not at least 90 something.
That is true.
Where Lee is too. Around
I always forget that because I talk to you guys down there in the South.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm over here out west.
The heat here is relentless.
Yeah, and what's the humidity on average over there?
It's pitiful. It's pitiful here. It's usually 70%. 70% is a typical day. 90-something, 70% humidity. It's miserable.
You just go outside and just sweating already.
The only thing it's good. There's only one thing our summer weather is good for, and that's if you got a swimming pool. Other than that, it's not really good, enjoyable to do anything.
I mean, is there can you go to the river? Is there lakes? Is there water activities people can do?
Oh yeah, they got a lot of stuff, but it's not real pleasant because it's so you get all sticky and it's just humid.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Even at night, you hardly in the night, when it's kind of cools down a little bit. It's usually there's no breeze, and with the high humidity, even if it's 80 degrees, it doesn't feel comfortable. Because of that humidity. It just makes you feel, like you said, that sticky feeling.
Right.
I had people come down here and they're like, man, you live down in South Louisiana, you could take 2 or 3 showers a day. Because you always feeling sticky.
Come on. Yeah, God bless the AC.
Oh, yeah. God, I can't imagine when people lived here 100 and something years ago and they had no AC.
I mean, they're probably just used to it. They're probably,
Yeah, just after a while,
they were very thankful for the heat, the summer, right? Because they were like, they dreaded the winter time. Like when people died in those winters.
Well, the guy told me though, the way they used to build the houses, they had better ventilation and they'd have like these big, like kind of like, I don't know exactly what you called them, but like I think some people call them like attic fans or something, and it would circulate the air and create a airflow where it didn't make it feel as bad. Where the houses now all built for central AC, like if you lose your AC here, you better go to somebody else's house because you ain't gonna be in there too long.
Yeah, Papa G, here in Texas, right? The roofs here, they're starting to do these like tiling, right? So because of the heat here in Texas, they even came to our house. Oh, you want to change it from the shingles to this paneling? I'm all set there. No way. It's just they're saying it's more energy efficient, supposedly.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I'm all set.
All right, I'm back, yo.
Welcome back, guys.
Yeah, so all right, so yeah, we had our top 14 QBs here. We're gonna carry on here. I guess we'll just throw in 15 and 16 together, so we'll do two at a time. Pause to move it along a little quicker. So 15, we got Jared Goff, and then at 16, Bo Nix. So we mentioned Bo Nix earlier in the show with Bogey and I talking about Sean Payton, and so we got him coming in at 16. Both of these guys were QB1s last season per just fantasy points. Both finished top 12. Both are very consistent. Don't have quite the upside, in my humble opinion, of the ones above them, but they're both still very good. Goff is very consistent. A new play caller this year, though, that could complicate things a little bit, but still has a ton of weaponry over there in Detroit. So I still see him finishing as a high QB2 at the very least. And then Bo Nix, coming off an ankle injury, could limit his mobility, especially early in the year. But we know Sean Payton's a great play caller, and they added Jalen Waddle, so he's got an added receiver there. So he should once again have a strong passing season, coming off a season in which he led the league in pass attempts.
Here's another thing is I don't think that goes away necessarily, in my humble opinion, because I like the switch at coordinator is somebody who wants to chuck it. He's coming over from Arizona. We saw him. They were just absolutely chucking the rock. Of course, they're going to throw out the running back too, and they're going to get Gibbs is going to get his. He's going to be Gibbs is the key to everything, honestly, right? Because as long as they can get Gibbs going behind this retooled offensive line. 2 years ago, they were like a top 3 line, and in the last 2 years, due to retirements and some players leaving, and then the other sudden retirements, like they had to retool this line real quick and fast. So, I'm not mad at the Goff ranking because he's also just really safe.
Yeah,
If his tugs go up, he could damn near finish a back end QB1 again like last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All that weaponry, it could fall into place easily. But imagine how many Gibbs rushing touchdowns are going to pay dividends to hurt Goff too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it should be at least 20 of them Gibbs rushing tugs. The thing is with Goff, the past 4 years, 29 or more passing tugs.
Yeah,
and I love that as a floor
to work with.
And 4,000 plus yards all 4 years. And it's played all 17 every season.
Spencer, you Gibbs as the number 1 running back?
Yeah, I do.
I figured.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, Gibbs and Bijan 1 too.
Just to get your quick little thing, because as a little recap, because I don't remember it. Where did you have the 2 guys that kind of were a little bit disappointing because of injuries and just a bad offense? The Raider rookie running back and the Charger rookie running back from last year. Did you have them? Were they even in the top 10?
Jeanty. Yeah, Jeanty RB7 and Hampton RB10. I had them both in the top 10.
Okay, right around top 10 then. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeanty should do a lot better this year, like I said in the episode. I mean, the new QB, revamped O-line. I mean, they did a lot to revamp their offense. So I think Jeanty should be in a position to have a nice sophomore season. And Hampton, I mean, Lee talked about it. I mean, Chargers O-line should be better. They're going to emphasize the run game. So,
Well, their line was really bad on pass blocking.
I would even I'm okay even swapping them how you have them. Pause. Like
so you take Hampton over Jeanty then?
Yeah.
Did they get rid of Trevor Penny finally, or are they still fooling with that idiot? Because, man, he's horrible on pass blocking.
I think he's just like a backup for them. Yeah, no, he's not a starter for them anymore. They drafted a left guard, Jake Slaughter, and then they signed Tyler Biadasz and Cole Strange. Center and right guard. So they had no more Trevor
is going to be a huge thing. Long as Trevor Penning is not our left guard, I'm happy.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, as long as that rookie needs to pan out. As long as that rookie can beat out Trevor Penny.
From everything I've seen, it's Jake Slaughter.
Okay, good. Yeah, y'all need that rook to develop, because if that rook doesn't, then y'all might be in trouble at left guard. Trevor Penny is not the answer.
With Trevor Penny.
Yeah, well, that's kind of like with Dallas. It's like, their O-line looks good on paper, but if that left tackle spot ends up issued, and that could hurt Dak and that whole offense. So, yeah, that's the tricky part. It's hard to have all 5 spots on an offensive line be strong. There's usually always at least one weak link, and all it takes is one big hit to your QB, and your season's fucked.
Yep, you're right.
You're right.
So, but, yeah, Bo Nix, I mean, I think is solid. I'm not, super high on him for fantasy, especially – coming off the injury. I think it could affect his mobility. But I think with the addition of Waddle, he's got a very steady passing floor. I think Nix's passing floor is very strong as far as, he's getting at least 4,000 yards, probably 25 to 30 touchdowns. Sean Payton knows how to put his players in positions to succeed. And so I know some people might be scared to draft Bo Nix because of the injury situation, but if you wait on QB in a single QB, and let's just say there's a big run on QBs, and you're just stuck with a Goff or a Bo Nix, and I wouldn't even be mad at it. Or just double up, take both of them late, and you probably will be all right in a single QB. And then for super flex purposes, you could just wait and have those two as your top 2, and then I have Goff ranked over Nix. Yeah, I've Goff 15 and Nix 16. Yeah.
What was Nix's injury?
His ankle.
Broke his ankle in the playoffs. Yeah.
Oh, that killed me. I had the fantasy.
So many ankle histories in his career. That scares me. I had Bo Nix last year. I took him as my second quarterback in Vegas. Man, I was like, oh, that ain't happening again.
If y'all remember, I was kicking ass in that fantasy playoff. If Nix doesn't get hurt, I'd have walked away with that for 2 years in a row. But then when he got hurt, that was the big equalizer. And then they lost the game on top of it on that controversial call late in the game on that interference or something. But, yeah. No, I mean, Nix, I'm looking at his numbers from last year. They're really not very impressive. He had a sophomore season, really, compared to his rookie year. He was looked better than he did last year.
I mean, all he has this year, he has Jalen Waddle. Other than that, he really has nothing else.
Yeah, then I wouldn't be super high on him, honestly. I don't know. I'm looking at his numbers. They're not impressive. 6.4 yards per attempt. That's bad. His touchdowns to interception with 25 to 11. His QBR was mediocre. His passer rating was under 90. I mean, I don't know. There's nothing that excites me about him when I'm looking at his numbers. And you're telling me he doesn't even have a lot of weapons. So that's
Nix? Yeah, he's got added weapons.
He's got Waddle. That's about it now.
Yeah, they added Waddle, and they've got a lot of other weapons over there. Sutton, Troy Franklin, Pat Bryant. I mean, they've got a good receiving core. Marvin Mims even. I mean,
I'm not – might have potential, but they've not really, proven it yet.
Well, yeah, but I mean, last season he was a top 12 QB, and I got him outside the top 12 because of the fact I'm not really feeling him like repeating the same like volume. I think there'll be a little more of a balanced offense, but I mean, I think he's still got enough to where he should still be at least at a mid QB2.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess when I look at these quarterback numbers, I'm always comparing them to like what I always thought of like with Breeze and Manning and stuff, like more like elite type quarterback numbers. And they don't.
I think Tyler.
Yeah, I mean, the only ones today. Yeah, no, he could. The only ones today that I'd say are really like putting up the truly elite passing numbers would be like Joe Burrow, Dak, and Stafford. Like, if Stafford's getting up in age, though, to where, I mean, for this season, to me,
where'd you have Goff rated?
15, but Goff's not elite. I mean, Goff's more of a floor play. I mean, he's solid, but he's not putting up elite passing numbers. The only QBs that are putting up elite passing numbers these days are Burrow and Dak. Those are the only
last
two.
Year, I'm looking at their numbers from last year. Goff's numbers were better than Dak's. He averaged 7.9 in a tenth. He had 34 touchdowns. Dak had 30. He had 8 interceptions. Dak had 10. He had a 105 passer rating. Dak was 99. He had
The thing with Dak, the reason I don't like Goff over Dak is because Dak has continuity, same OC. The team is trending up also. Goff, they got a new play caller over there. It's not really trending in the right direction. They're coming off a down season.
Right. I'm not doubting that. I'm just saying based on what he did last year, I would have to say Goff had a pretty damn good year.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he's pretty underrated in fantasy circles, I got to say. He offers no rushing. What Dak doesn't offer much rushing either. But, yeah, Goff is slightly underrated, I guess.
Last year, based on the numbers, Goff was the top 5 quarterback last year. He had one of the 5.
Well, not for fantasy. He didn't finish top 5 for fantasy.
Why not? He had 4,560 yards, 34 touchdowns, and only 8 interceptions. It seems like that would have been a top 5 fantasy quarterback, except
No, he didn't quite do it. Stafford did it because he threw for over 40 touchdowns. Unless you're running, you got to have close to 40.
Yeah, that's true.
Lack of the rushing that kept him from being a top 5 fantasy, because just based on
exactly. And I mean, this is fantasy.
Right.
We're talking here, so
that's why I was trying to get it.
Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah, I think Dak this year. Maybe I'm a little too high on Dak because Dak doesn't really offer much rushing.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to understand. And why is Dak so much better than Goff? Neither one of them are going to get you to rushing. I mean, I will say this: Dak has good weapons. He's got Pickens and.
Well, another thing with Dak, I think Dak could do even better this year is because Dak was missing CD Lamb a good bit of last year.
Exactly. Oh, with Lamb and the other guy, he's
and Dak does offer like a little bit of rushing. I mean, he had 2 rushing tugs and almost 200 rushing yards. Not that that's anything great, but Goff offers you nothing as a
Goff's
runner.
like Tom Brady.
Stafford. Him and Stafford, they offer you next to nothing as a runner. And so because of that, I don't have either one in the top 12 because, I mean, pretty much everyone in the top 12 at least offers you a little bit of rushing ability.
I see you had Lawrence rated pretty high because Bogey always seemed like he kind of hated Lawrence, like he never liked him. What did he say about Lawrence?
I think he's cool with it because of Liam Cohen. I mean, Liam Cohen, wherever he goes, it seems to help the QB. I mean, he worked with Stafford, I believe, in Stafford's first season with the Rams when he did well. And then in Tampa did well with Baker. Baker had a career year under Liam Cohen. And then he left Tampa, and then Baker fell off statistically last year. And guess who ended up taking a big leap forward statistically? Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. Yeah, you see, that's something that a lot of people I'm sure there are people that are really like fantasy analysts, experts that are factoring it in. But like a lot of people, they just look at their numbers from the previous year or two, and they're not factoring in, well, did they have a change in coordinators where their whole offensive philosophy might change? And then that can make a big difference into how effective they're going to be as a fantasy quarterback for this coming year. And a lot of people aren't factoring that in. That's something that if you really on top of it, you got to be on, aware of all of that. Like Bogey.
Yeah, exactly.
Bogey and Crooked Commish, I saw a comment that they feel like that change in the coordinators is going to help Mahomes a lot.
That's why even though Mahomes is coming off the injury and stuff, I think it's still worth having him in the top 12. I think by the second half of the season, Mahomes is going to be back to being a top 5 to 10 QB.
I just don't see his rushing upside as much as high. That's it. Until next year sometime.
I had to mute Papa Guru there. I think he's getting a phone call. But
no, I see.
Yeah, Mahomes definitely won't have the rushing, but I mean, I still think as a passer, he's pretty good.
Oh, the his upper torso, where his arm
with
is,
Rashi. Rashi is. Hell yeah! But anyway, we got. Let's. I think Papa Goo.
Do you think Rashi's going to see
Rashi? I don't think. I don't think he will.
30-day jail cell be his suspension.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's another reason why I can't have Mahomes too high. Because if he doesn't have Rashi, he's fucked. Because they don't really have any other good weapons over there.
It's going to be interesting.
I mean, Kelsey's at an age to where he's not really a number 1 anymore. He's more just like a solid number 2. More ideally, number 3. In a perfect world, Worthy will become the number 2 over there.
And then you got that Jalen Royal, right?
And that other rookie. Yeah, they got some young guys in Taekwondo Thornton. They extended him. He had a pretty good year last year as a deep threat. And who else? They had another guy that was like a pretty good deep threat. Not Juju. He left. Who was that guy they had? They had somebody else. Not Hollywood. He went to the Eagles. I'm trying to pull it up here, y'all. Give me one sec. So it was actually no, I think it was Thornton. And Jalen Royals is still there. Cyrus Allen is the kid they drafted this year. So anyway, let's move on here to 17 through 20. We got
pop-up thing, and you can't, and it's messing it up. Like you're not seeing the whole pop up to like reduce your screen size or do what you told me with that control thing.
Wait, are you on that or he's talking to somebody?
I think he's on the phone.
He's still on the phone. Okay, I'll mute him.
He could because he was laughing.
Yeah. All right. 17 through 20, we got Baker, Kyler, J Love, and Tyler Shuck. Lee had mentioned about Tyler Shuck having a nice season. I think he will. I'm not ready to ordain him as anything more than like a mid to low QB2, but I definitely like his chances to take a step forward, especially with the addition of Jordan Tyson over there. We'll start with Baker though at 17. Even though he doesn't have Liam Cohen anymore, they brought in a new OC over there after the guy Grizzard, whatever the hell his name was a disaster. Trying to think of this new OC sounds promising. They run through OCs over there. Like Stephon Diggs runs through women. Fucking,
I love that one.
What's the new Bucks OC? Zach Robinson. That's who it is. Zach Robinson, the old Falcons OC. So I don't think he could. That Grizzard guy was not the answer. So thinking that Robinson could end up being a pretty good upgrade there. I don't know if he definitely won't be on Liam Cohen's level, though, which is why I don't have Baker having a big bounce back. Another reason why I'm a little down on Baker is, you lost Mike Evans. You lost the OG Mike Evans. I know they still got Godwin, but past couple years for him have not been very good. A lot of injuries. Igbuka should be very solid, though. I like Igbuka. And then Jalen McMillan is back. I think he's a decent number 3 option, but Yeah, no more Mike Evans, or that's going to hurt to where, Baker, he just doesn't do it for me as a QB1. But as a QB2, I'm cool with that. And then right behind him is Kyler. I think Kyler will do pretty well in Minnesota. It might be a bit of a roller coaster, but the good thing with going to Minnesota is, well, there's two things that are positive about this for Kyler. I mean, for one, it's the coaching. I mean, you got Kevin O'Connell as your play caller. I think Kevin O'Connell's a very good play caller. He helped revitalize Sam Darnold's career. Kirk Cousins was good with him. The only one that was bad with him was McCarthy. But, I mean, McCarthy just, I mean, let's be real. He was not ready to play. He just didn't develop like they thought, even though they took him in the first. But, yeah, Kyler, he's not great. I mean, I'll admit I'm not going out of my way to target Kyler considering how much of a bust he's been in the NFL. But I think for fantasy purposes, if he can stay upright and keep the job there in Minnesota, he'll at the very least be like a, like a floor QB. And anyway, yeah, sorry about that, y'all. But yeah, Kyler, I mean, I think is, he is what he is. He's nothing special, but the circumstances are very good for him. Lots of good weapons. So, I got him at 18. And Jordan Love at 19. Jay Love, I think, is in a pretty good spot to be a floor play. He doesn't really have much upside. Packers aren't really a high-volume passing attack, but he's got a good coach there in LaFleur. I mean, they do their thing over there. They're usually always like a 10-win team, not really a fantasy dynamo, but I mean, if you're in a super flex, he's a very good QB2. Single QB is not really much on my radar, but for super flex, I think Jordan Love is a very strong QB2. And then Tyler Shuck, we talked about him. Yeah, I think Tyler Shuck's got a chance to be, as Bogey likes to say, a tier jumper. Got him at 20, but could easily see him finishing above this ranking because last year he really flashed as a passer and even showed a little bit as a runner. Was more so of a passer than a runner. He really flashed a lot, especially in those final few games. He looked like he could really be something special. And they added first-round wide receiver there in Jordan Tyson. So I'm thinking Tyler Shuck will have a top 20 season with potential for more. And then, so what you think, Lee? We got Baker at 17, Kyler at 18, Jay Love at 19, and Shuck at 20.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that Kyler. I like the Kyler one. The Kyler one's pretty good.
Okay. All right, we'll put a bow on this one, y'all. Shout out to everyone that stuck with us here on the GWN. Hard to start. Neon Peacock and Spencer the Guru, man. Appreciate everyone that's been a part of this ranking series. This is it for the early rankings. We'll be talking more though as drafts get ramped up, and we'll get into more just like probably
now
more
these
like
are
stock.
now Spencer. These are
redraft. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, dynasty season's pretty much over. I mean, there's still a few. I mean, shout out to Diamond Joe. I believe he's getting a dynasty going here. So there's still time for those that want to do dynasty. I'm not saying to give up. There's definitely still time to do it, but for the most part, we're shifting gears to redraft. So yes, these rankings are redraft, and that's what I'm turning my focus to this year. Maybe next year I'll get back into some dynasty, but for this season, I'm all redraft. I actually am still in one dynasty, or I'm defending champ, but that one's more it's single QB, not quite as intense as the GWN dynasty. So shout out to all you back on DGens that like those.
Yeah, I cut back on I think I told your dad about 4 or 5 non-GWN ones, so I can focus on the other ones. Fuck, you have too many. You can't focus on shit.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, I mean, unless you got a system. Bogey's got a system where he's able to do it. So, it's possible, but especially if you're just starting out, I would say limit it to no more than 1 or 2 startups. And then as you get more experience, you can add a few more as time goes on. I just would not recommend getting in 4 or 5 in 1 year, but do as you will. And, all that. So anyway, yeah, we'll cap it off here, Derek. With appreciate you, man. We got 21 through 24. We'll leave it at 24. We might have another episode where we talk about like super flex sleepers and all that, but for now we'll just we'll cap it off with our top 24. Coming in at 21, we got CJ Stroud. I think he could bounce back some. Texans. I got some continuity over there. I know Peacock's talked about that. And them having more weapons, Tank Dell returning. So I think Stroud be in a good spot to have an okay season. Don't know if he'll ever get back to what he was as a rookie. But, super flex, as long as he's decent, and I can live with it as a QB2. Same goes for Bryce Young. Bryce Young showed some flashes last year. In that playoff game against the Rams, they did good. And he got some decent weaponry there with Tet, Jalen Coker, but just not really the upside we want for a QB1. Tyler Shuck definitely has more upside than Bryce Young. But Bryce Young, in a super flex, I think is pretty good as a 2. He runs a little bit, so that helps. And then 23, Cam Ward. Cam Ward had a pretty rough rookie season, but he showed a little bit of potential down the stretch. And what I really like about Ward for this season is the new play caller, Brian Daboll. He usually helps out whoever he's calling plays for. Josh Allen did really well under him. Daniel Jones had a breakout season with Daboll, I believe. So I think Cam Ward will be better in year 2. He didn't run a whole lot last year. He can run, though, so hopefully this year they'll let him run a little more. And he's got a lot of added weaponry there with Carnell Tate and Wan'Dale Robinson. So he should definitely be better this year. And then at 24, Sam Darnold, definitely a floor play with Darnold. He's nothing special. And single QB, don't want any part of him. But for super flex, he's one of those kind of guys you need to have on your radar, especially if you wait on your second quarterback. Sam Darnold is definitely one of those ones to watch because he'll give you a solid floor. I mean, he's nothing special for fantasy. He doesn't really run, but as a passer, he's solid. He's got one of the top receivers there in JSN, and Rashid Shaheed's evolving, AJ Barner, and they've got some decent weapons. And they might throw it a little more this year because they lost Kenneth Walker. Their run game might not be as strong, so we might see Darnold throw it a little more. So got him there at 24. Honorable mention, Malik Willis. He's going to run it a good bit there in Miami. Just don't really trust him as a passer. And then Daniel Jones, Danny Dumbass, as Bogey calls him, he's coming off an Achilles, but last season he was very good. I think his rushing will be affected by that, coming off that injury, but he's still worth mentioning as one of those QB2s to keep an eye on in super flex. And then Jacoby Brissett, the beef brisket, was very good as a passer last year. Should be Arizona's QB1, so he might have some sneaky super flex appeal, as well as Fernando Mendoza. I'm thinking he'll take a little while to get going, but by the second half, I think he could be a starter in super flex leagues. And that's all I've got for QB rankings, y'all. Appreciate it.
Sounds pretty good.
Any other news ears you'd like to add?
No, I know what I'm going to do.
Out?
I'm going to save it all for Tuesday because I got a power hour coming up a bit later on. Nice. So I just touched that up. Yeah, everything I had, will just touch it up during the weekend and get it all ready for Tuesday. Because I swear to God, Vegas is coming up before we know it.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah, I'll be home, but I'll be tapping in. I'll see. Unfortunately, it just, whenever y'all do it, that's just a very busy time for my work. But shoot, if we do it like July, like late July, like I could do it if we moved it up. But I mean, I know y'all like to do it in late August since that's when drafts really get going. So obviously don't change it just because of me. But it's maybe we could do what we could do. Maybe is do like a prequel thing next year. Maybe we could do like a prequel somewhere in like Texas, like, I know that's close to like us, Peacock, maybe we could do like a pregame party thing in July and then to lead up to the big Vegas thing in August. So we'll figure it out.
Bash. Have a small bash.
Yeah, for sure. We'll figure it out next year. But yeah, for this year, I'll just be holding it down here in good old New Orleans. So yeah. Trying to find that outro thing here. Let's see. In stream. Does it? Okay, yeah, it has the outro here. All right, y'all. Well, that's going to do it. Peace out. We'll catch y'all on the next one.
Peace.
Scott. Yeah, let me quarterback this. We came a long way from throwing money in the mattress. I played a long game to get rich. They say the game is a bitch, but the bitch is the baddest. Bully Scott Flynn won't change my name like I'm Cassius. Keep flame cause I'm cautious. I'll burn you to ashes. Double cross the bosses and get hit with the ratchet. Can't fuck with suckers, that shit is contagious. Count 100 down, blowing clouds, hella anxious. Maybe a doctor, but I ain't got no patience. All top shotters on my roster, they gon' race shit.